What is going on? Good morning. Good morning. All right, let's get into these charts, baby. So, very interesting day yesterday. We had a really good day yesterday. Called out a lot of liquidity levels. Called out this player here who's still active. We're running into some new player that's trying to take the market up. Non-farm payrolls was atrocious. Atrocious. So, knowing that, um, knowing how bad it was, we should see some downward pressure, but there's a lot of data coming out. Still, still have manufacturing, PMI, and yeah. So there's a lot of lines. There was a lot of movement. There's a lot of whatever. So just a quick description. This market's about to open in 1 minute. So uh, this is all 30-second buying. Even though the market's respecting these levels, this one I don't trust as much because the volume tapered here. Increase in volume here. This guy ran through increase in volume. So this is a new player on the 5 minute. This is a big player, and we have this massive liquidity up here that I'm assuming I'm gonna try and play the back end of it. I don't necessarily want to front run it. I want to play like the back end of this liquidity. If we come back up, which we'll see about that, but this was just concrete selling here. So getting ready for that. Getting ready for this market open here, 30 seconds, and then we have our, let's just draw a pre-market high, pre-market low real quick. All right, pre-market high here. White, I don't want white, I want yellow. And pre-market low roughly here. Let's see if I'm right. A little more, a little less. All right, let's bring this down. Market low, pre-market high. All right, perfect. Oh, we're not doing this though. We're doing the 5 and 15 over here. All right, here we are. Let this guy ride. Perfect. Perfect. All right, here's your open. Here we go. So not going to do much over here on the screen for the next first 10 minutes, but here we're going to be pretty active. We're going to kind of look, see where we want. So broke through these levels. This player is hot down here. I don't know what kind of 30-second player this is. This is probably all cumulatively some kind of player here, but yeah, something. All right. So let's make some money today. Tapped into this liquidity. We'll see what happens here. This is still kind of funky for the opening wick. This isn't crazy. So this was that level down here, that 15-16 level, which was being defended yesterday. So I still think we dropped pretty big, but oops, let's move this back. And then this guy is pretty much gone. So not pretty much gone. He's still hanging on by a thread here. We're going to go test the seller up here. I'm not ready to, I want to see the initial kind of balance settle here. I want to see the active market reject some of these levels. All right, let's see. We're getting up in here to that liquidity. Let's see how that reacts. Oh, there you go. A little bit of reaction there to the tick. That's crazy. See, that was roughly only 3 points, though. What was that, 5 points? 5-point reaction? Yeah, roughly. That's not enough. We want to see some. Games here. On our new players. I think a lot of the upside liquidity needs to get ran through before we go lower, but I wouldn't mind playing this 99 level. Honestly, we're so close to this. I need to be marking new levels down here because this guy's gone, by the way. Unless this is the same guy. Nah, leave him out of this. Alright, so I'm going to keep an eye over here. There's your rejection. So there's your liquidity to the tick, right? 106, down 20 points. Next player is right here at 69, so we'll just see. I'm gonna go hunt down some. I'm gonna go hunt down some players. some more players down here. Where's this at? 32, 8, 32. There you go. This is our next 7. Alright, what is going on here? There we go. So 832. Alright, so you get this guy supporting that. Just keeping an eye over there on that liquidity for right now. Alright, let's see here. This is going to be pretty active. Big buyer here. Three. 1, 4. 4. Two. Alright. So playing between these two levels, if we're going to range trade today, it'd be very interesting, but not ready to go too crazy yet. Expecting some kind of flack here, but if we start reflecting off these levels, I'm going to play some range bound stuff today. We reject heavy off into this and then bounce off this. I'm going to play the rejection off this red one next time. If we're going to play ranges all day today, I'm down. I'm down to play some ranges this morning. All right, there we go, cracking that player a little bit right up there. Let's see what happens. All right. All right, mark levels up until 600, so we drop another 500 points. We're good today. All right. All right, another little rejection off here. This is going to be interesting. See if we take out some of this buying that's happening. The 32nd. Let's see here. This is a new buyer here. This is your new 32nd buyer. Have a little eye here out for this guy. It's actually right. He's not there. He's right here. 32nd buyer. Wish I could draw a box across the whole screen just by going for it. All right. Going 3 days at a time. Or in November. There we are. We made it. All right. There we go. Now we got some levels here. All right. Let's get into here. All right, so we did dip up into some of that liquidity up here. Very nice. Tapping into this buyer now. Did reject off this level again. This is a new seller here trying to aggress here, but only this back side of it. So I could play the short side of this right here. Let's play this one right here. Let's see. This is a new buyer, but this is a new seller. See if we can tap back into this liquidity. Get 10 points roughly. We'll take that. All right. Little 8 to 10 point scalp there. Right there, the liquidity. That's exactly the trade I wanted. That bounce off that area. 10 points right here. Just like that. Okay. Little scalp here. Bouncing off that liquidity again. We're just playing between these two players today. So I kind of want to get into action. I want to be a little if we're gonna bounce until data, which is at 8:45 Central Time, which would be what, just 10 minutes from now, I'm down to play these little bounces. So new seller here, new buyer here. We're kind of just messing with each other. I could take a bid here, or I could take a bid down to 69. I may take a bid at 69. Take a couple, and then I'll take. Honestly, I'd prefer to sell almost the backside of this at 134. Came up to 134. Go 5. And I'll sell the back end of, see, at 127. I'll take 1 at 127. And then I'll take 3 at 132-ish. 130. We'll go 130 on the money. There we go. We'll make a little net here. Play the front side of this. This liquidity almost got taken. See how this new player reacts in the market here. Oh, comes all the way down again. Oh man, we want to get range bound today, so I'm playing a little range bound stuff here. Maybe play the backside at 64. Well, I may go a smidge heavier at 70. Let's see. Oh, we'll double up here. All right, so we break this player, fly up. Try and get a little piece here. I may want to get in one more at 27. I want to get in one more. Here we go. Let's see. Getting sold into a little bit, but if we can get a little bump and run, I want to play the back end of this player at 136. Let's see. It's going to be nearing our pre-market highs too, so let's see. Let's see if we can get a little shove here. Little shove. Volume decreased here, so that's let's see here. Come on. There we go. All right, so we're gonna be tapping into this next seller up here, but let's see. All right. We're gonna cover 1 there, just on the tap. Let's see if we can get it. I want it to come up here. Play the backside of this. I could even play 144 a little bit. All right, let's see. Go two at a time now. Okay, so here we go. Should find a little draw here. If we don't, this is a new buyer, by the way, from here to here. So this is a new engulfing buyer. So this is a new buyer trying to take it up. This is a new buyer again. So I'm going to be looking to take profits somewhere down here at the 108 as this new buyer is trying to take this up a little bit. So I got filled for all my fills. We're playing the back end of this. If we clear this buyer, I'm out. So we're starting to push up into this end up here. So let's see here. Pushing up into this end. If we get up and close above this on the 30-second, I'm gonna might scale out of this a little bit. Let's see here. Closed above that. Let's give it just a little bit on this back end. This is a player we've been fighting all morning, so I'm expecting a little bit of some pull here. We got 3 minutes left in this candle, so this thing could flip. All right, this is the last liquidity pull here. If we close above 147, I'm going to have to probably get out of this trade completely. I should have covered a couple here. I'm going to cover there just because we kind of play the back end of this range. So I'm going to limit my risk a little bit, see if I can get back here again. If this flies, this could really fly. That's the only scary thing. So we can start to kind of come up into this liquidity way up here, and that can get intimidating.
Order filled.
All right, there we go. So let's count here. This is the back end of the seller. So if the seller is going to step in and defend this or sell off, this is where they're going to do it. I want to see us kind of have a cold rejection here. All right, buyer's still trying to take it from here to here, just a little bit, little block here. waning on the selling pressure. So for my longs, I got to really pay attention here because this could get some legs right here. So let's see. May have to cut this one. Yeah, 7, 6, 5, 4. I think we're going to be okay on the 2-minute maybe, but I'm going to have to cut off
Order filled.
half of this trade. I'll hold on to half. I'm going to have to cut half though because, let's see, 15 seconds. Yeah, we're going to cut that. All right, so took a little hit there. It's about $300 hit. Playing the back end of this range, which is okay. Now that we took out that this player here, which it looks like we haven't taken him out all the way yet, we're going to be looking to play different levels now. So buyers getting our first move. Data's coming out. I still don't think that holds up there. I think it comes down. I think this buyer might come all the way back down to like the 132s, but yeah, it's taking out some of this liquidity up here. This was a major player yesterday, so for us even to get above them is something big. So, let's see, we got a new buyer here, from here to here. So the seller's still active here. This is what I was thinking of for it to come down, but at 43 seconds, anything can happen here. We're going to defend the position there, the 140s roughly. New seller. But this is kind of in the middle of anything, so I don't really see this guy sticking here. If this seller sticks, it's because of this guy still, the algo just distributing. All right, let's have a look over here at our other strat here. Good morning, by the way. And let's see, do we have anything? No, we're just ripping straight up. We have our pivot low, though, probably. And we're trying to break above pre-market highs at 147. So that's all we're looking at right now. All right, we broke above pre-market highs and held. So I'm going to assume this liquidity is gone. This liquidity is gone. And now you have your new buyers. And this is not a new 5-minute buyer, but we do have a new 5-minute buyer. So let's mark him out here. Move this out of the way. So we could assume with this volume that this whole thing is a 5-minute buyer up until wherever this candle lands. This is our new kind of zone here. So I may look to get long because we really haven't tapped up into liquidity up here. If we tap up in this liquidity, this player is not going to be as strong, but you see we bounced right off this level. I probably should have went long there at the 35, to be honest with you. I might take a long at 25. So we'll go 26.50. Go a couple long here, and then I'll go a couple long on 110. Roughly 112. This is reacting really well. They're really taking this up. So I'm assuming we're at least play the top of the range. This is a new seller from here to here. So just a little bit of a seller here. All right. I do like this song, but I don't want to get flagged on YouTube, so. All right. So, tracing back a little bit. I know this buyer's going to defend this position. If we get a seller that cracks it, though, I'll want to see a little retracement. This is kind of lining up nice here, but. Let me get my hand in the cookie jar here. What is this? Sell volume's waning here? Let's see. I want to see the sell volume come in first. Get my hand in the cookie jar down here. I'm going to play the top end. There we go. All right. Let's see. See if we get a little love here. It closed kind of strong. Not too crazy. Want a little bit hotter of a reaction down here. This could get heavy. That was an increase on the seller, so I'm going to take one off there just to kind of mitigate. I was in for 5, so take one more off there, and then we'll see. I want to see this play come back up here. This is a new seller, though, but it's up to this guy right here to see where we're going to go. By the way, this buyer is gone officially. This one. I'm going to sell one at the close of that candle. Possibly buy another one if it comes down to 28. Gonna tap right into that double zone there where I wanted it. I ran my own call there a little bit, but all right, let's see if we can get a rotation up here to maybe the 56s. That's the buy volume wanes, so I'm taking one off because of the buy volume waning here. This is not a new buyer. This is from this buyer, so it's saying we're going to come down and test again. This is an increase. So new buyer from here to here. A little bit of an overlap right here. It's actually not too bad. I don't think it. Yeah, I'm going to mark it there. So I could take another one up here now. That buy volume came in a little hotter than the sell, so we should come up to the 56s at least. I'm thinking, let's go 55 here. 1, 2. Could go. Oh, that's exactly where. Yeah, well, that's all right though. All right. So let's see. Want to get another bid there. Just missed me by a tick. That would have been another 10 points. So we'll go up here. Play the back end of the seller here. Good morning, by the way. So just playing this range, it feels a little slow. We're waiting for this data. This data could get crazy though. How much time we got left on this data? 1 minute. All right, so I'm going to clap this trade, and I'm going to take these off just because this data could get really heavy. I'm going to play some external range here. So I'm going to play, let's see here. I'm going to play the 197 a little bit. Let's see here. Just in case we get a flash up here. Oops, don't want that. All right, data's coming out. Let's see if we get a little flash here. I'm going to play the front end of this range here. And then I'm going to play the bottom end of this range at 84. 184? Or just 84? Just in case it gets crazy pretty quick. All right. Let's see. Oh, wait. Did not come in? How far are we away from this? Oh, manufacturing already came in right here. That was chill. Oh, well, then in that case, I should have bought another one. There's a new seller in the market here now, pushing up against these guys. I want to play this little range, but we'll continue to play the range. All right, let's have a look at our other strat here. Let me get the correct one. I've been showing you guys the wrong one, I realized this whole time. Gotta keep up, gotta keep up. Okay. There we go. There we go. All right, clean chart. In a strong uptrend, looking like a 3-bar play. So if this does come up here, let's see how is the size of this bar? 31. So I'm going to take a limit order entry 1 tick above here, 31. Stop by, and I'm going to be looking for roughly 15 points. So that'll be 81. There we go. So this would be a 3-bar play based off of that. We do have a little bit of a trend here. So if this 2-bar breaks, we're going to be looking to play a continuation here. So that'll be interesting to see. All right, now back over here. I am selling some up here, the 85s. Selling is waning here. I did want to play this little box here, but that's all right. So that was that rotation that I wanted to play into earlier. Oh, need some coffee.
Order filled.
All right, so I got filled for the 3-bar play here, 1 tick above. So we're going to see if this holds. Where it won't hold, where I put the stop, is I put the stop at the bottom of this candle here. this thing flips. So it's actually a high risk, medium reward here. 3-bar plays. They're not the prettiest. All right. Starting to eat up into the sum of this liquidity here. We got a buyer from here to here now, taking it up, and then we have buyers from roughly here to here, taking this up now. And then we're eating up into the seller that was here. I don't know if I want to be as strong here, but there is some liquidity here, but I don't know if I want to be as strong. I might take 385, but we may really play. Let's see, 85. I'm going to sell one.
Order filled.
Uh-oh. That's not what I wanted. 185 is what I wanted, but oh well. Yeah, this is gonna rip faces, I feel like, so I'm gonna clap that trade. Alright. Boom, 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 boom. I wanna play the 196, maybe a touch more. I don't know. But part of me feels like we're gonna float way back here. And then I wanna play maybe the back range of this seller here between these two guys. Yeah. This is what I feel like. All right. So we did reject. About 20 points. Right off the tip of that, too. All right. Well, doesn't matter. I'm going to find buyers. I may want to be buyer at 45. I might have to hit the bid button. Let's see. Let's see if we get down there. 45. I will take a couple. See if I get it by one, just in case.
Filled.
All right.
Order filled.
All right, there we are. And then I could play more at the 34s, but let's see where that 34 is at, just in case we fly down to the 34s again. All right, sell volume tapered here. So this is an active seller, but not a new seller. So this is just someone who's got some liquidity up here, who's chilling. This is moving quite a bit. I'm surprised. This 20-point moves is crazy. All right, so I took one there just to kind of capture that a little bit. I still think we come up. I'm gonna hold on to these a little bit. I don't know, with how we're approaching this seller here, it's gonna get very interesting. By the way, we are in this 3-bar play, and hoping to get 181. So coming back into this liquidity, we know that liquidity is here. I'm actually gonna take one more off there. This is a new buyer from here to here again. So this is like a double bidding zone here, like this. So could even play this in the future, this double gold zone here. Very interesting price action. It's moving a ton, but it feels really thick for the NASDAQ. It doesn't feel super thin. So here's a close. Let's see if we can get a little stretch up here, maybe to like 186. And I may take a little sell at 186 to the front run at a touch. 185.75. All right, let's see. Buy volume waned on this one. So are we going to need to find buyers again? Let's see. I think we're going to shoot this if we do. They're trying. Let's see. They got it? Well, 181 at least. Come on. Let's get up here. Alright. Starting to try a little bit. Tapping their toe into the water here. Water's nice. Feels good. See this thing shoot up a little bit here. I'm having a little bit of trouble here. I'm going to take that one off. I wanted to see it could still go. It could still for sure go. But the way it's pressing up against it right now, I wanted to get a little bit more love than that. Maybe I'll take 1 at 53. And it's not really real buying though. I might want to play a little bit wider of liquidity here. So if this cracks, I think it's going to crack big. I only want to get 1 here at 85. Not a trading recommendation, by the way. Please trade at your own risk. I want to get 1 at 85.50 because I want to see if we're going to actually grow some legs here. We might just be chilling until data, and this is going to be the deciding factor. They're like front running, getting ready. Like, we're going to blast this. That happens. So I may play one. This is huge. This is huge. What is this? A 100-point range of selling? It's just wild. So it's gonna be. I don't want to play it super strong, especially if you start cleaning. If anything, I'm gonna try and play the buy side of this. But if I was gonna sell anywhere, it would be in this little pocket here at the 350s, and then the back end of this 290s here. So that would be where I want to sell. All right, so we're playing pretty close to the. This is a 5-minute, 15-minute liquidity, all of it. So we're gonna see how this plays. It's looking pretty bullet. I mean, it's looking like they're wanting to take it up. The sell volume isn't really coming in crazy. I may take this up. I'm going to take this one up here. I didn't get the best pricing. I'm taking it up based off of the lack of selling that's happening here. And I'm going to assume that buyers are going to want to take this a little bit. I feel like it's going to happen quick, though, so I'm going to move the sell out a little bit. Because if this thing blows, I want to get a little bit of room here. All right, so if this buyer doesn't come in, I need this buyer to come in strong. There's a buyer here. Yeah, see, there's a buyer here, though. See, look at this. Oh, here's the data. Okay, duh. Data, I forgot about data.
Order filled.
Order filled. Oh, I got the, okay, so I got the stop on the, yeah, I don't know if I want to necessarily hold this in the data, but let's see. Wonder how it came out. Let's see. Was it bad? Manufacturing PMI. It was. Yeah, it was bad. All right. Well, do I want to hold this into bad news? Maybe not. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna cut this one.
Order filled.
I don't necessarily know. The news is gonna be a new player here, so we technically have a new seller here. Right here. So this is technically a new seller, but on the 32nd. And we're itching into some of this liquidity here, so I think it still has potential to go higher. But I don't play that games here. So anyways, on the top step over here, we got a little 15-point scalp. So, oh, this is wrong. Let's move. This is what I'm talking about with that top step. Top step. I gotta mark these levels again. Crack it above pre-market high, so we're only looking for longs over here on our strategy on the house blend strat. Only looking for longs. There we go. All right. Very interesting. So, okay, now we're retracing back into this player here. We're actually starting to dip up into the liquidity. So the news threw me off, but we'll get in again. So I do want to see how it reacts off this 5-minute. This is going to be interesting. The 5-minute up here. Ooh. All right. Oh. Okay, that is a new buyer technically. So this position should hold right at the tick here. See that? Held right at the tick. But we'll see. a lot of not real buying down here. If we come down, I think we play off this level a little bit. I'm going to go in small. And then I have a position on the back end of this one too. I could probably play the 109s, 110s. Just for one to get a little sprinkle in. Go. I'll get two. Just in case we flash down. 26. Go 127, a couple of 127. Alright, so I have my position played out here. This top side, because this is all a humongous seller, I still think we do come up probably into the back end of this back here. I think it's like back here, 300. If we're going to come up, I think we come up to like 300. Let's get back over here. Come on. There we go. Alright, let's see if we get a little bit here. Bounce right off that 50 EMA, but still though, I think I prefer getting a little getting a new seller coming in all the way through here. This is a new seller, new seller, new seller. Let's see here. Boom, boom. So this was one new seller here, so there's a little overlap in selling. Let's see if we almost get filled there. Just missed me by a stinking tick. And rips up the whole shenanigans from there. This flip screen, that'll be sad. Oh. Alright. That wasn't as bad. Could have been worse. Still want that though. Alright, what we got? Boom. Boom, boom. This guy is holding on for dear life. Take one here just because I don't want to miss this move if it doesn't tap me. It's missing me.
Order
all right. Oh, whoops. I got filled for all of them. Didn't want to get filled for all of them, but I might have to cover two here. Especially if we cut through this line here. I'm gonna have to cover some. All right. I'm gonna cover two there because I didn't want to hold this whole thing. So there we go. All right, so cut through this guys, cut through this guy, cut through this guy. Sell volume's waning here a little bit, not too bad. So should see a little bit of some upside. Maybe till 4.8. I'll take one at 4.8.
Order filled.
There we go. 4.8. Got that little scalp there. Now tapping up some of that liquidity. We'll see if we get a double decker kind of roll over again or if we fly from here. Oh, I'm sorry. Man, Samu, thanks for calling me out, dude. By the way, almost a trap here. So this on a 15-minute might look like a trap. Close. It's close context of a trap, but not. So just keeping an eye out here. We do have a new pivot high. So we're going to see where that leads. And we have our pivot low here. So our pivot low has officially cracked. So if we get big volume into the sell here, I'm going to probably take a short. Still tough, but we're back in pre-market range. So that's going to be something to pay attention to. All right. So into the seller. I'm thinking I want to take one off at 66, even though I think we could run a lot higher. I'll find somewhere else to get in. I'll probably take a couple up here at 66.50. We'll front run it at 66. So if we come up, I'll do a tap, a little tap. Let's see. 5, 4. We do have an increase, so this is a new buyer here again, supporting this position. So let's see if we get this little tap here. Bump and run. Let's see.
Order filled.
There we go. Got filled for those. See if we get a little rejection here. Nope. Nope. I'm going to cover one because I wanted it to be hot. I wanted it to be hot there, not cold. This is cold to the touch. Yeah, we're going to take all those out. Okay. So, ended up getting that move, which is nice. This is a whole new buyer here, so I'm just actually going to move this box over here because this is a new buyer taking this up. Get rid of this seller because this seller's gone now, and now this seller is officiate gone. Could have played this upside liquidity up here though. 71s. Still can do it. I'm not going to though. I want to see the reaction off this 5 minute. I'm curious. 187. 187. I'll take a little sprinkle here. Take a little sprinkle. This is a big buyer though. Look at the buying volume compared to everything else. Oops.
Order filled.
All right, so I got this. This is going to be a little reaction. I'm just expecting a little reaction here. And if we don't get it immediately, playing the back end of this, see that? Yeah. Uh-huh. All right, went green, I'm out. So this is a new buyer assuming this position. Again, we could still rotate heavily off of this, but that was all I wanted there. All right. Let's see if we can actually find some liquidity. They were playing in this little baby liquidity here. It's kind of not that easy. I don't trust it as much. So we are pushing up into some of this, taking out some of this lighter seller here. We tapped up into this big boy, this big zone up here. And remember, this big zone is from our selling yesterday. So all of this was charted liquidity. So we're going to try and find exactly where they're at. Now back over here on the 32nd, we rejected right off that button. Should find a bidder right here. Yep. Should find a bidder right here. Boom. Should I buy? Should I buy and see if they go higher? I think I'm going to play the macro this time. We ran into a macro. I want to play a macro. I want to see us come down into the 136s again. We do. I'm going to front run it a touch. $144. Play the bottom end of that liquidity. Maybe up towards here. If we do come down a little bit. Alright, new pivot high, so can't get into the trade on the other strategy. I'm not going to show you guys, but basically this is your new pivot high. The trend's from down here, so there's really nothing to go on. It's just saying bullish. All right. Good morning, by the way. I hope you guys having a good morning. We're chilling today. We've currently have very little trades. We have a 3-bar play we played here. 1, 2, 3, right? So one inside bar. We got the fill up here. It came back down, but then well, technically I guess 4-bar play. 4-bar play. Then it came up and got filled and dropped, and then we caught the bid again. So small 15 points over here on the express. But this has been a really tough month. I don't want to go to the performance because it'll reset all my charts, but this has been a really tough month for this. Not for the strategy, for how I've been trading the strategy. I've been missing fills. I've been missing orders. It's been actually pretty poor performance, but we're still positive on this account. I think I'm up a decent amount, but maybe like, I don't know, $500-600. I know it's not a lot, but I'm trading 1 micro per idea there. So here's a new buyer here. Is this 50% retracement? No, not really. So let's go up here. All right. Starting to press up into some of this liquidity up here now. Assuming we're going to start taking it out. It's not hot. It's feeling very cold right now. So this could continue up. And again, another buyer here. Yeah. See if we get a 5-minute buyer. A 5-minute buyer, I'll be interested in taking it in position, but I don't want to play all this macro stuff. Not yet. This guy's gone. And we got 3 minutes left in this candle, so let's see. I'm not really interested in taking the big portion here. This is going to continue up, by the way. I think we fly. I think we're going to go up to the 40s. I should just take a bid here, but it's all right. I'll find a little bit better of an entry. I don't want to chase too much. Very nice movement here. I think we do get a rotation. I want to play, if I'm going to play the end of this, I want to play the back end of this. not the middle. I'll probably play like this 280s, 270s, like in this pocket here. Somewhere in here. I want to play like this range, the back end of this range. I'm going to set up a little position, probably go light here, go a little medium, and then, or about heavy here, then go a little lighter here, and then play the back end of this as well. So expecting a little like rejection off of that. But if we rip up and then hit all this second level of liquidity, that would be pretty crazy. Oops, let's not do that one. Get rid of this guy. Okay. Not trying to get ahead of this market too much. Where do I have these sell orders at? I don't even know why I have these sell orders up here, to be honest. All right, so the buy volume tapered on the second one here, from here to here. So this one is not a new buyer. This is your buyer though. So we're gonna go all the way up here. This is not a new buyer though. So we stop right there. And then we're eating up this guy's gone. There it is, just like that. Very nice, clean buying. This is just very nice. No pull, no pushback from the 5 minute. I might even become a buyer here somewhere. I could probably take a little stab at 27.50 if I wanted to. I don't really want to buy at the peak volume, but this buyer is really strong here. So let's see. Could buy one right here. I prefer to be a buyer somewhere. I want to see how this candle closes here. Are we going to get this flush of liquidity all of a sudden to the downside off this 5 minute here? Let's see. If we do, I wouldn't mind being a buyer somewhere up here. The 80s. Let's see here. We got increase, increase, increase. Maybe even, what's the 50% of this? Maybe like 92? So maybe I'll buy some at like 93.25 if we do a quick flash down. Maybe not 5 though. I don't know. This is just looking very bullet. Low volume pull. This is looking very... I could even like 30-second trend break this stuff and play this for continuations. That's how clean this is looking. Very smooth. Well-oiled machine here. Good morning, DS. How are you? Yeah, nice move up. Let's see. Where we at? Almost 150 points now? Yeah, it's felt pretty crazy. It feels a lot thicker. Yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna play the 50%. See if we get a little retracement here. So we actually dredged all the way up into this. This is all that liquidity, right? Selling liquidity. So this is just nice, easy, smooth sailing. We'll play a little buyer here. We'll play a little two bump here. So this is an increase on the selling, though. It is a small player, though. They got squeezed here. You're seeing a squeeze happen. It's a perfect flag here, by the way. And then this next bar is going to determine whether I'm going to go long or not. We have another beautiful buy here. Maybe I should have took a little sprinkle there. 18 seconds. Let's see. I want to see this flip up. What do we have? How many points? 13 to roughly 17 points. Nope. Well, that's not that. 3-part play, though. I could 3-bar play it here. Let's see. What is this bar? How many points is it? 18, so I'm looking for 9 points. So that would be 41. 75. 41, 75 if we 3-bar this. Sell 3. That's already waned, so we're not taking that anymore. I don't care if it comes down. That's not a pretty one anymore. Okay. So you do have a buyer here. We'll see if he holds. Be very interesting. This isn't a new buyer on the 5 minute. Very peculiar. Very peculiar. New buyer here. Somewhat of a new buyer here, but that's just very odd looking. You don't have a new buyer yet. Here. Which says to me this whole thing can get swept back down to the downside. Sell volume's waning. I'm trying to get in here somewhere. We're gonna find out. Hope you guys have a good morning, man. Just chilling today. Nobody's awake in my house, so might go get a cup of coffee here pretty soon. This is a beautiful move. It's not beautiful, but it's pretty nice. Actually, it's pretty nice. 150 points is nice, but price action is looking pretty good actually. So see if we get some legs here. It doesn't seem like we're running into a lot of sellers here. I'm gonna take this bar here though. We'll take it with a few. I'll play it like how I play my other strategy. 3, 2, 1. Oh, we didn't actually get above the sell volume, but well, that's all right. We'll play it. We'll play it anyways. All right. So what move is this? Let's see. Let's get it measured 1-to-1 here. 46. There we go. We'll go right ahead of those people.
Order filled.
There we go. All right, played a little 30-second flag. The price action is looking very clean here, so it's hard not to. Could still have a lot of room to the upside. We have a new buyer here. Boom, boom, boom. From here to here so far. Beautiful buying. Running into a little bit of liquidity here, so it's starting to get a little dashing. I want to play the back end here. I want to play the 280s. This buying just looks good. Very nice, very clean. Clean, 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 clean. Yeah. Ah, dude. You know what I just missed? This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is a bear trap, and I missed it. So, bodies here. Broke out of bodies, tried to go lower, came back up in the range, didn't break the wick. This is a 2-to-1 because we're with trend, bear trap, and I didn't take it. So, expecting this to go to 266. That is disappointing. So this would have been a beautiful move, almost a 100-point move there. Missed it, but there it is. Bodies tried to go lower, came back with the range. This is your textbook bear trap. And I missed it. So I'm looking at myself. I'm just like, wait a second. There's nothing here? There it is. All right. Well, I'm telling you, it's tough. Tough trading multiples here. All right. So I'm going to take another trend break here. Let's see. Let's see if we get a little push. I'll take another 2-bar. Volume still waned here. You see that? Decrease, decrease, decrease on the 5. So none of this is real buying yet. I'm expecting this to get swept. But I think we need to find a little bit bigger of a seller first. Is this guy going to be the guy? I want to play the back end of him. I might play like the... What did I say this was at? 66? 66? I might go a sprinkle in at 266. A sprinkle. Maybe the 50%. Where's 50% at? I don't know. Let's see. Now let's go 266. I really want to play like this back end. Because it is still a lot I have to hold on to. Yeah, we'll see. We'll press right here. I'm going to play the 277 a little bit. The 274. And then I'm going to go a little heavier in the 86s. Right here. 84.50. And then I'm going to go... I want to get a little flash back here at this 292. Back end of this. Let's see, 290. 292, 290. Alright, so here's 292, 294, 292. Let's go 289. 75. Alright. Not 13. 12. What we got? 6, 9, 10. So I could go 10. full port 20 contracts, I think that's a little too much. I'm not going to lie. I'll cover the other ones, though. 87. All right, we'll go 10. All right, not a trading recommendation, by the way. This wasn't a clean break, so I wouldn't necessarily take that, although we're coming up still. Yeah, beautiful. Look at this. It's a nice move. Nice move to the upside, and I'm trying to play the opposite, so. All right. Oh, wow. This seller's a little active, huh? Actually, someone wanted to show up today. Ooh, so this pull's hot. This pull's hot to the touch. So now we have a little bit more of a macro seller now. We'll see. We don't have a macro buyer yet, so this could get very interesting here. I don't want to be a buyer anymore. I wanted to be a buyer down here, but I think I'm going to become a buyer down here somewhere. Let's see. We're trending. Trend. Maybe a little dashing here. Spritzer. I think it all gets ran though. All right, so this is interesting. Not a new seller though. Just an active seller. Let's see if we can get a little. Let's see if we can get some opportunity. Actually, it is a new seller. What am I talking about? This is your overlap right here. So maybe selling the 46. So we don't have a strong, I mean, this is big buying, and this is pretty good strong buying. I'm not going to lie to you, but from a 5-minute standpoint, the buying is just kind of worn off. So, all right, so we got a little toe tap here. We're just looking for a little scalp. We'll see. Little toe tap. I want to see this buy volume wane. It did wane, so that's what I'm looking for. I should have took another one there. I'm just front running this. I'm even if this gets ran through, I would prefer to play at the overlap, which would be like down here at the 80s, but let's see. If this buyer steps up, which it looks like he will step up, I'm going to clap this trade. Should step up here. Yeah, I'm going to clap this one. Even though I know we're setting up into this seller here. I really do want to see the bulls take this a little higher. I want to be a seller just on the back end of this, player here. I want to see this get a nice big squeeze move. We're finding liquidity here though, so this could, the way that this is reacting to me, even though our short setup says this can still go higher, up to the 90s, 66s possibly. I want to play this back end. I want to play this back end heavy. I haven't been able to get in anywhere. This is just, and that's the strangest part about this whole situation is that the buy volume on the 5-minute is continuing to decrease. So I'm expecting a huge rotation down again if we can't find a new buyer on a 5-minute from a 5-minute standpoint. Let's see if we get a little, let's see if we put, this is getting a little short squeezy now, the way the volume's kicking. So let's see if we can get up here. This is what I want. See if we get some legs. And then I'm going to hold this into this new seller up here. Having a hard time breaking about this new, found a little pool here. Found a little liquidity pool here. Another buyer here. They're trying to take this up for sure. That trap would have almost been filled here. It could have filled at 66. Missed that one, man. That was fantastic. Fantastic. It's all right. There'll be more. All right. Tried to break it. Look at that rejection. Now we're playing to this buyer, tapping into the buyer, see if he wants to play games. Which I feel like if we get a new seller, I'm going to stick with the selling side until we get down to this macro liquidity here. Tapped into that, came back up, being supported, put pressure on this. If these guys get squeezed, I'm playing the back end of this. I'm playing the back end of this liquidity, getting back up into here. Definitely want to play the back end player here. Okay. Buyers trying still. They're definitely trying. Buy volume waned there. I want to take one unless it's a new set. I'm gonna play the break of this. So if it breaks, cuts. That's probably. I probably should have waited one more candle with the big wicks and the tapering, but it's okay. I'm gonna play the back end of this. If this guy continues, it's fine. Even though I'd prefer not to lose 10 points. 10 of my hard-earned points there. 2, 1. Okay, we're going to cut that one. Nice big new buyer here. So, and we took out that seller. So that's that. Here's this. We have a little overlap down there for the buy side. That's a little positive too. So, all right. So I'm expecting us to run into now the heavier portion of this liquidity, which is up here. So let's see if I can get a fill here.
Order filled.
There we go. Got one. A little toe tap out. Now I'm going to be holding this position up until the 90s. So don't tell me I top tick that. That was a guess. If I top tick that, that would be crazy. I'm going to expect a rotation. I'm expecting us to go fly up here. And then this back end seller is going to start taking stuff out. And I think we rotate. Not real buying. I say we rotate all the way down to 130s. Be crazy. Be crazy. I'm going to try and hold on to this trade a little bit. So 305 is my insurance. I want to see the reaction off 305. If we press into 305, I might just take a big hit to the teeth today. So been patient, playing the back end of this. Seller here. Trying to play into this liquidity. So new buyer again. Boom, 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 boom. A big new buyer. This is a really big new buyer. So a little bit of overlap here. Just don't know about him. I feel like I may take one of 60s, but really this is becoming more macro to me now. We still taper down in volume. I want to say a full-fledged rotation. So just in case that was it, I'm going to take one more there. I'm going to sell. That's fine. We'll stick with this. Wasn't crazy selling yet though. This is a strong uptrend. By the way, the fill got taken on this trap here. So that is, man, missed a 91-point trade there. That'd have been beautiful. Okay. So for here, even though I know there's buyers here trying, I'm expecting I should cover maybe a couple to see if we get a rotation. That's what I probably should have done. I still think we come down to 47s. Let's see. This buyer's trying. Not real selling yet. He's making a statement. Here. We're going higher. Which I hope we do. I want to get filled. I may play the back end of this guy here. Maybe what I should do with those. It's really tough. Let's see, new buyer here if it closes. There we go. All right, let's see if we get this rotation. I would have liked to been a little heavier, but you need to get good pricing, you know? It's just one of those things. You get really good pricing. So I want to see a big rotation here. I'm going to take, I should have taken one off ahead of the 48s, but even still said we come down a little more. 48, I'll take one. All right, I'll take one there. I want to go toe tap. This is a new seller, so right here. So now we have a double zone here. I'm gonna hold on to the sell these three for a little bit. I'll hold on to them and see if we can get into some actual 5-minute buying, which is down here. So unless we find a new buyer, which we haven't found one yet, not on a 5-minute level. This is just, I think this is just, there's just liquidity. I think we're playing the back end of this. I think there's a lot of liquidity back here. So let's see. Not a trade recommendation, by the way. Just gonna keep holding on to this until we see what happens. If we fly up, I'm still gonna play the back end of this player here. I'm setting up for a bigger rotation. That's why I'm in this move. I'm not here for a tiny rotation. I want a full-fledged rotation off of these levels. Full-fledged. So this is a new aggressor here on the sell side. So now we're just duking it out between these sellers here, these buyers. They're still, in my opinion, a little bit smaller player. This is a bigger player. This is a smaller player. But whoever this is, they're really adamant about trying to scoop this up. So this is their track. This is their algo track here. So we're gonna see if this algo track sticks. We're gonna see if this algo track is stronger than this liquidity pool here. Buy volume waning here. I could probably take another sell.
Order filled.
Volume's upticking now a little bit. Let's see. If the new buyer tries to be interested, it's okay. Just with this buyer, if the buyer was going to come up, I think he'd come up there. This is the track though, so I'll be trying to defend this track here. We'll find out. Not new buying, not new buying. Tapping back into this guy. This guy's pretty strong, but I want to see maybe this 247 crack. All right, there we go.
Order filled.
So I'll take that one just because, good morning, Trader DLS. Just because I want to see a little, we should see a little reaction here right off this level. Yep, look at that, little reaction. So this could be your new seller though, taking the new position up. And if it is, I'm going to go out and say that most of this gets cracked. Most of it. Maybe this here, we might come down to the 208s. But yeah, I want to say a lot of this gets cracked. So this guy's gone. This guy's gone. Tapping into this little pull down here. This is a new seller as well. So from between here and here, you have a new seller positioning himself here. This buyer is trying. I'm surprised we're even getting a reaction down there. I still feel like he gets cracked, but I'll take another one
Order
off
filled.
just in case we do a little retracement. I'll go short up here at 54 again. All right, so this guy's almost gone. He's hanging on by a sliver. It's a sliver of a, basically a line. The sell volume waned with the 50 EMA. How many got left? 2? Let's see. We might take one at 220s. Might take one at 220s. We'll see. All right, so the 50 EMA plus this buyer here, that may be enough. Let's see. I want to see a new seller come in. Yep, that's a new seller. So here's your sell right here. There's your port right here. Boom. So technically I could sell one here.
Order filled.
If it gets ran through, that would be surprising, but I'm going to cover this one if it does. 7, 6. I'm going to sell 2 actually. Buy 2 if it covers, though. I'm going to wait for this 30 seconds to see if it shoves down. All right, we'll cut that. We'll cut those 2. All right, so it took the profit. It says that my fills are here. These are the average from the. These are the averages from the when I try to position myself here. So I say this guy's gone though, and the sliver's gone too. Still would like to see a bigger rotation, but if this guy holds and we get some new buyers, then that would be very not very interesting, but it would be very. I still, because of this buying here, I want to say we hit the macro liquidity at 136. We haven't found a new buyer yet. All of this has kind of been fluff a little bit. Let's see. If we get a new buyer, though, it's going to be interesting. I may take one off. Nah, I'm holding. Let's see. If this sell... No, that buy volume decreased too. So if we get a new buyer here, I still am going to sell a couple at 54. I just don't see the buying really stepping in yet, and I don't see a big enough liquidity pool here. This seems like just like an algo track of buying that we just cracked. Found real selling into that. So, all right, let's see if we can get a nice move down here now. I think 180s you're gonna catch. You're gonna catch a little bit of the 180s. That's what I think. You could catch a bit here at 08 too, as well. I mean, not 2. Maybe at the 220s, a little bit of overlap here. Maybe. I'll take 1.
Order filled.
Just because of the overlap right here. So might catch a little bit here. New seller. Seller strong. Gusto, sir. You have gusto. All right, having a look at our not a new seller yet on the 5 minutes, so but we are touching, we're about to touch our trend line. Our trend line's at 214. So 214 is going to line up with this bottom seller here. I may take the last one here. Wait for a little bounce and a reload. 220 psych. Yeah, let's just take it.
Order filled.
All right, so I'll take my last one here. Nice buy absorption here. A lot of sellers got absorbed there. Big push. I'll take my last one there because I do think that there's some strength to be had here. I still think we at least come down to the 207. But I might try a little fluff here at 180s, but we'll see. So we're cracking that dude. Yeah, that would have been nice to hold a little bit more, but we got a nice move. We got a nice juicer out of that, so that wasn't bad. All right, so we cracked this guy. He's gone. And then 8 seconds left on this. We're going to see this one lands. 2, 1. He's gone. Oops. All right, so now we're tapping the beginning of this. And this is where I think you're actually going to start finding from this buyer actual buying. selling's just coming in so heavy that I think you might need to find a bigger player. All right, so if the volume increases here, we have a new liquid seller. So that's going to be very interesting. It's a good area, man. Pick up here. See, if we would have played the back end here, 10 points, freaking 100-point rundown. Oh, man, we're close. That's why I wanted to scale in a little more. I was thinking maybe we catch like a little short here. A pump somewhere. One flush, then dip. That's kind of what I was expecting. So, all right, I'm going to buy one here.
Order filled.
I'm going to buy one because I want to get ready for this position right here. I want to front run it a touch, though, just in case I miss it. I want to catch this guy. See if we can catch a little bit. I might buy one more. Oh,
Order filled.
oh. Okay, so this is the level I want to play. Let's see if we get a little bounce. There we go. I'm going to cover 2
Order
here.
filled.
I'll cover another 2 there, just because that reaction needs to come a little heavier. Okay, so we're positioned here. If this guy starts getting cracked, it can get crazy. But that volume tapered here, so that's a good sign. Sell volume tapered. Okay, we got a lot, big seller here, so this could get really interesting. Actually, that traced almost, so our seller kind of overlaps way up here. All right, we're gonna take another 2 off there. Oh, whoops.
Order filled.
Sell 2.
Order
Okay,
filled.
there we go. All right, so those are the last 2 I bought here. So these, don't count these up here. Pretend like they're down here. Pretend like they're sitting down here. That was a nice 20-point bounce here. All right. Just pretend like they were never here. They're down here. See a little bit buy, sell volume. So I still think we should come up to 210s at least, get a good bounce here. Nope. Buyer kind of waned there. Let's see. We do come down. The seller's is kicking right there. Okay, so let me cover. I'm gonna cover 1.
Order filled.
See if we get a little double tap into this zone again. So we nailed the zone at least, where this little double player was. I still think we come down here. I still think we do, but we'll see. You have a new seller aggressor on the 5-minute, so that's important. So wherever this candle retraces now, that's going to be our zone here. But this is a new hot, red hot ripper. Big seller here. All right, so I don't want to play the upside against this seller here. I'm going to close this trade. I want to see where this lies because I'm going to play the bottom of this liquidity here. I want to play the 136s. Maybe I may double tap this a touch. Maybe. Ooh, getting heavy. All right, so we're coming in heavy here. I don't want to play this guy. I want to play down here. Maybe front run him a touch. Maybe play the 146s. 146. Where's the 146, 147, 153. All right, so let's see. I know they're trying to hold this level here, but if they have to give this level up, I want to play back here. I want to play this range here. Let's see here. Let's build a little position here. Oh, go quickly. All right, I don't want them that close. Stuff's starting to get laggy here. All right, let's see. Let's do one of these actions. 9 might be a little heavy at the 140s. Not gonna lie to you. Might go 6 here. 141 for 6. Let's go 141 for 5. How's that sound? 4. We'll cast a wide net here. Oops, this guy's got to go. And this guy's got to go. And this guy's holding on. Trying to hold the whole boat here. Alright, so new seller again. Huge new seller. To at least right here. This is not a red seller though. It's a gold seller. So let's see. Might want to get short up here at the 215s. Probably this 214. We'll play the front run of this at 206 though. I don't mind front running it now with this new seller. So 206. Where are we at? 206. Sounds good. All right. Front run of the touch. Maybe should sell right here at the 200 level. Technically. No, because we did increase, but I do like this little bugger here. I'll hold off though. I'll play a little more macro. So see, do you guys understand what I was saying there though? Does that make sense to you? How this is kind of more track buying. This is just algos. There's no liquidity. There was no liquidity. They were just dredging it up because it was great value, and then you found liquidity. I somehow nailed this. That was me just trying to estimate, and I nailed it. But really, I was hoping it came back here, and then did this move, because then instead of being at 500, I'd be at probably 1500. That's what I was hoping for. But nonetheless, this buy volume's waning. See how the buy volume's waning there? I can take another short here.
Order filled.
Take one for the team. Right into there. We'll come back down. No, we might not. No, we should. Unless this V. This is looking a little V-ish right now. It'll flip. Take one more there.
Order filled.
This is getting a little over tradey. I'm not gonna lie. I am expecting this to kind of, if we have a new buyer here, which we should, if this happens, I still think we'll come back down. But this is poor pricing. Yeah. So this is poor pricing. This is what I get for having a poor price here. So we're taking up into the sell liquidity a little bit. There we go. That's more what we want here. We want to dredge up into this seller. Let's see how we react here. I would like to react off this level. If we break 208, I got to take this one to the face. It's all about breaking this guy right here. 207. Take a couple more.
Order filled. Order filled.
The buy volume tapered a little bit. Coming off this back player. See if we can cover 2 here. Right, there we go. Cover 2, close to break even. And then we'll hold the rest. I still think we come down to this macro player down here. Holy smokes. Cover another 2 there. Let's see this macro player come in. See if we can catch him. Take one. Okay, so let's see. See what happens here. What did I just do? No, we're not getting rid of this guy yet. Come on now. That was me being hasty. All right, cracking. I still think we come down here. I think this is your big buyer down here. Okay, so anyways, remember I was calling this. I said, look at the volume. See how the volume is just weakening. The price is still going up. I felt like as soon as we found a real player, all of this was going to get taken, and it did. And now we have a new seller in the market. So this seller is starting to aggress here. So that's why I still feel we're going to come down to this macro. This is your macro pool down here. This is your big pool of players. So you have the seller stepping up his position. The buyer is still down here. And if we break this dude, it can get really gnarly. But I think we catch some bidding here. That's what I think. So we'll see. This sell volume waned, so I'm going to take one more because this seller waned here, so not a new seller. This buyer is new, so it's having a hard time. There's not a new seller aggressing, so this is technically a selling block. This is why you're getting reaction here. I still don't love it though, but it is decent volume, so I'll keep it up here. All right, let's see. See if we get a nice little rotation again. By the way, the house blend strat still doesn't have nothing too crazy on the books yet. We're just getting near that pre-market high at 147. That's kind of where I want to get in. That's where I want to position myself down here. All right, this guy's almost taken. He's hanging on by a thread here. Low volume pullbacks, so this is still looking good to the sell side. I take one at 89. No, miss me.
Order filled.
There we go. All right, let's see. So we get a low rejection here. A couple points. 89. Maybe play back down to this range here. Back down to the buyer. We'll see. Maybe crack them. All right, that's all I wanted
Order
there.
filled.
So we got that little, just that little fill there. It's 8-point fill. All right. So don't worry about this this contract is the last contract. So this was the initial fill. So if we get above here, I basically just got a couple more, squeeze a couple more points out of that move. Come on, baby. You know you want to come down. One more leg here. One more leg. You want to get down here. I'll put this right at the money here. This last one. Right at the money. See if we get down here. Spire is active, man. If you guys would trade this range, not a recommendation, by the way, please trade at your own risk, because I'm not a financial advisor. This would be a sick little range to play. If we get a new aggressor here on the buying, I'm going to cut it, but I still am going to play this level at 205. Because this guy's a heavy duty mechanic. All right, do we have a new aggressor here? How's this volume looking? If you all right, so if this bar goes green, I'm cutting him. 2, 1. All right, I'm cutting this dude. That's a new buyer. So they're trying to take up this position a little bit. I try to play a little bit of this overlap at 214. Right here, front run that a little bit. Yeah. All right, new buyer. And this guy's they're holding this position down. I still think one more flush is necessary, but this is their level here. Hold zone. All right, the buyer, they're trying. They're holding this position up here. You shall not pass. The smallest Gandalf ever down here. 176. Here's the beast. One of them. All right. All right. So they're trying to dredge this up again, which is cool. This is a new buyer if this comes up. I still think this seller's bigger in the short term. I still think we need to get some major liquidity first. That's what I think. Let's see. Come up again. Tap me out. All right, tap me out. There we go. All right, so this is a new buyer all the way up. So this is a cross of a double buyer here. See this? All right, I'm going to take one there. Take 2 there. We're just going to get a little scalpy. I still think we need to come down, but let's see. See if we can get this little play here. I do think that they're going to try it. See that overlap here? All right, so they're trying. They're making a case. They're making a strong case here. All right, that's where I want this. Yeah. Perfect. I still think this guy's stronger. I still think this gets taken and we go down. I don't see a new buyer yet. This guy's not a new buyer. This is from the pool over here. You could, I mean, technically, you could call this dude the new buyer. The new 5-minute buyer here. Because of the uptick of the initial volume and then the taper. This, in hindsight, could be, this could be your actual 5-minute green. And that's why it's reacting this way. You see that? In hindsight, I'm trying to play the back end of this player. The player might have been up here this whole time. So this could have been the macro getting taken up a little bit here. I just might have missed that context just because the sell volume came in so heavy. Ooh. All right. So I'm going to cut that trade. Do I want to take the double there? Yeah, I'm taking the double here. I don't care. Let's go. Let's go. All right. If it closes above this one, I'm going to taper some of them. Let's see. Oh, I'm holding it. 15 seconds. I just don't want to hold it for 50 points on a 15-second bar. That would be sucky. All right, we're down 10 points roughly. Still have a seller up here. I know he's here. All right, got to cut that one. Oh, all right. So we try to play a little aggressive here at the front end of this, and now this buyer's active. So in hindsight, this was your buyer, and it played right into that pool here. So all of these should have been shifted up, but that's okay. I realized it now. You're not going to read everything perfect. So see, this is what I like about trading. There was a commenter talking about how, you know, one trade a day, big swings. I'm like, I can't do that. That means I got to tilt for one whole day. What if I have 2 bad days? Like, I can't do that. I would prefer to shake off trades in 15-30 seconds, not even thinking about it, and it'd be okay, and we'll go find some more trades. So that's what I like better. All right, so this seller is gone. This seller gone. This seller gone. This seller getting gone. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. I think the bad day still would be bad trade, but you could still finesse around that day. You could still be like, you know what, but we made some good trades. You know, we did good. There was just that one trade that kind of got us, but you know, that's what makes me feel bad. I took a drawdown. Good morning, Shark. Are we having a good morning? All right, so new buyers here, right here to here. Boom, boom. So I still could take this sell up here. How that's working up there, I could take it. I could take it. I'll take a sprinkle here. Take a sprinkle. A little skittle. All right, so we're gonna go gold here. Unless this is a new buyer, I'll cut this as if it's a new buyer. Green on 70 counts, red on 1. This is not a new buyer, so I'm gonna take another one here. I want to see us come back down to the 221s, and I'm gonna take a tiny bit at 221 maybe. Drop the Discord. It's all good. We're gonna Discord. I'll have a. I think how I'm gonna work Discord is when I start really trading. I'm gonna have a Discord just between the hours of like 9:30 Pacific and 11:30 Pacific. That'll be the window. So that's a new buyer. I want to get out of this one with this new buyer maybe. Let's see here. I'm gonna cover one here. See if we come down here to the 220s. Yeah, that'll probably be what I end up doing.
Order filled.
All right, so I'm gonna cut this one just because there's a new buyer aggressing right here. Right here. All right, so now we're getting back up to this liquidity up here. So this was that back end liquidity, and this is what we're trying to play a little earlier. This is the new seller. This is where we caught that nice short from up here. And we're gonna try and catch this last player. So if we do come up, I don't know necessarily if I want to be as heavy the second time around, but I'm still gonna be kind of heavy. So let's find out here. All right, so this buyer might get taken. This guy's getting scooped up into, and then this guy has gotten eaten quite a bit. So here we go. And then this is not a new buyer per se, so we could see a little bit more downside. My chart's looking a little busy. It is looking very busy. Yeah, they are very busy though. That's the only problem. So we have a lot of levels. Doesn't really matter. Basically, you ignore everything that's not overlap. When you get overlap, overlap's what you want. So if I see overlap, that's going to be a key level. That's how we catch these levels. That's how we caught this this initial bounce here when it was here. This is how you're probably going to catch a little bounce here in the future. So when you see overlap, what that's telling you is it's multiple aggressors in a certain location or area. So this is multiple aggressors up here. So you have your 30-second. The lighter boxes are going to be 30-second. The green and the red boxes are going to be 5-minute. So the macro is the 5-minute, and the micro is the yellow boxes. They'll be orange when they're in here. They'll be whatever, slightly green when they're in there, grass green. So the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm able to scalp to the tick at certain areas, and the nice thing about the 30-second is I'm out quickly. If it cuts those zones, cuts those areas, it's a real quick in and out. By the way, looking at our other chart here, we do have a break here. If we catch up, it's going to be tough. We need some volume here. I would prefer to get above this volume here. This is the volume I'm looking at. So if we can catch up and get above this volume on this 2-bar, I'm going to take this long on this strategy. We did miss this trade here, but this was a nice bear trap. We just, by the time I saw it, it was like up here, and I was just like, oh no. So there was a nice 2-to-1. Oops. So there's that. You do have a little bit, not too trappy, but we'll see what happens here. So let's get back to our regular charts. All right. So our next buyer, this technically wasn't a new buyer here. So this is still a real seller up here. This is a new seller here. So we're going to see how this next part of this context goes. I want to play the top end of this seller up in the 260s, 250s, this one up here. So I'm getting ready to play this guy on this back end. So let's see. May take one at 50, but this is a nice flag, by the way. It's looking very flaggish. Looks like curl extension. This is pretty chill. We get something else. Play something that's not what do you call it? Let's see. What's this? Pick this. All right, starting to eat up into this little liquidity. This player's not super hot right now, and that was kind of interesting though. Could have probably taken one off of this dude. This is the second leg of our different player. This is them put in that position. Good volume was here before, right? So I still want to wait. I still want to play a little bit more at the back end here. You got a new buyer taking this up. 1, 2, 3. Very clean, very tight. So this is all a new buyer here again. So we're pressing up. Don't worry about the red. The red is the backdrop from the 5-minute. Eat up into a little bit of this liquidity here. There's that seller coming in. So now we see where our seller's kind of hot from. So where would I want to be a buyer from? Maybe here you could possibly make a case for 222, but that's a micro buyer still. I still want to come down to 170s ish, maybe down to 190s. All right, let's see. New seller aggressed here again. So they took out this buyer. We have a little bit of a new seller here. So if I'm going to get short, I want to get short at this level here. Let's see. Woo! Still active there. All right. Sell volume decreased there though, so that was pretty big, the decrease. So there should be a little bit of some pullback here. May play into the 35 level for a couple if we get back up there. Oh, so we did have that break here, a 2-bar break, but the volume decreased and the volume is just not where I want it to be. I want the volume to be up here. So unless this flips green and we get our 3rd bar, that would be the only way that I take this trade up. So as we see, this buyer is holding here, defending that position. This is all expected to get ran through. It did get checked. That volume tapered. Oh, that seller's really okay. The seller's pretty hot right there. That's interesting. That was interesting. For them to take up that position like that, that's very interesting. So that means the seller's trying to aggress this area pretty heavy. We should see a little bit of chop here though. in the context of this, we're basically in a giant kind of bull flag here. See that kind of like, it's not super bull flag, it's pretty wide range, so not too clean, but this is just normal consolidation after a big move. Market's trying to build strength, but we just have a big player up here, this level, and we're seeing him be reflected here. So when I say a player, it's not one person, it's a collective. So it could be multiple different firms, multiple different retail traders for different reasons, trading and offloading liquidity at that point. All right, dredged a little bit into here, still not too crazy. This is a new seller though, right here. Still think we need to come up a touch. I prefer for us to come up a touch. That's all right. How many points is this? 43 to only 20 points. Okay, that's not too bad. All right. So the only thing is if we flag up and hit the second leg, I'm not really interested in shorting this part. I say we're going to play the backside of this liquidity a little bit. So I'll take a little stab here. I'm still going to reposition back here. I want to take this back position back here. Put it right here. All right, so if we come back here, I'll catch a little web back there. I'm going pretty heavy. And the reason why I'm going so heavy is because I know I have a little bit of insurance with this player back here. There's a big zone back here as well, the 72s. So even if we fly up 12 points, I want to see this reaction first, and I want to see a hot reaction back down into the zone. So why don't I just play this back zone? Because I don't even know if it'll get there. It may just reject harshly off this one. So if it rejects harshly off this one, I want to make sure I position myself well. If it flies up and rejects off, I'm assuming this is some insurance here, so I can hold and withstand it. But if it continues to go and we break above this player, I have to cut the trade, even though that the top of this player is up here. I may reposition myself up at 93, which I know is kind of crazy for 14 points, but I cannot hold 40 points with 2 minis. That's just too much money. So we'll see. All right, so I got filled for these two. This is the beginning of our liquidity range here. This buyer tapered so far. This should be a new buyer coming in though. So we're gonna see how this reacts a little bit. Right to the tick. Let's see if we can get a little bit of love here. If this guy gets blown through though, I'm gonna cover these pretty quick. I want to see a hot reaction here. It's not super hot right now. There it is. There it is a little bit. All right, I'm gonna take one off here. There's that little reaction we wanted. Now we are stepping into this new buyer, so I'm just gonna cut both of these, because this is a new buyer taking it up, and I still think he's bigger than the seller in the short term. This was a nice seller here from here to here though. All right, play the back end of this overlap at 41. Let's play right here. 41.50. Decrease in buying volume there. Probably could sell it. Missed it though. Missed good pricing. Decrease in volume here. Nice price action, but not good volume. Not yet. This could be the player here though. Might take one at 44 for the back end of this. If we do a little crack and then the outgoes keep up with the selling here. All right, there's one. See if we play the back end of this player here. All right, there's the back end of this player. So let's see. There we go. Get a little cover there just on one, just to get rid of the risk. I wanted to play that little dump. So let's see if we can actually get a move here. This is where I'm expecting a move. If we eat up this liquidity, I'm playing out of the zone. So this is a triple lap here. So I'm expecting some movement here. 2 seconds left. I'm going to cover one. I'm going to hold this next one for 15 seconds, just in case this was a little bit of a touch here. It's all about managing. 15 seconds. If we don't get the reaction here, if we stay above this, then I'm out. This is a new player. Okay, I'm
Order
gonna be out of this one. All right, so new buyer here. This still looks decent, but we're gonna assume this guy's gone, not as strong. We're looking for strong pulls of liquidity here. Strength, that's what we're looking for. So there is a back end of this player. I could play at the 50 mark. Man, if we missed that a little bit, that would be a bummer, but that's all right. I can't play the 3-bar situation. Buyer's still active here. See if we get a little squeeze up here. A little bit. All right, so if we get a little squeeze, I should see like a liquidity flash and grab. Not a trading recommendation, by the way. None of these trades are trading recommendations. But I'm trying to catch this little flash. Let's see if we get it here. All right, there's some. All right, so this is that position I'm talking about here. So this guy should be gone here in the next 5 seconds. Should be going higher, I'm assuming. One, oh, well, it gapped up, so that was very interesting. This player is still here between this gap, but that is very interesting. All right, so I'm going to hold it, catch up to 3 here because I'm expecting to get a huge fill. This is a new buyer
Order filled.
from here to here. This is getting very, very light here.
Order filled.
Okay, we got filled for all of them. So now I'm in really heavy. So this is a scenario. If we break above this buyer here, the seller, I mean, I'm still going to hold on to this trade. I want to see the reaction off of this first. So I'm trying to play the very back end of this here. And I'm going to get ready to cover some of these because I don't want to hold this heavy off this reaction. So that should have been the cover there. This is all new, great, grandiose buying here. So I'm trying to play the back end of the seller, seeing if the liquidity is still here. We're going to find out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't care if it breaks this level. Oh, wait, it breaks it on the 5-minute. That's a big deal. Okay, we got to clap this trade then. It broke it on the 5-minute. So the 5-minute is what mattered. Even though we can still go down and everything, I can't withhold. 5 minutes saying this player is gone completely. That's what this is saying. I'm sorry, I didn't need to delete that. All right. So this seller is gone on the 5-minute. That's a totally different story. I could play the top of this though a little bit. I just was playing really heavy for the backside. I was hoping that the 5-minute bar would retrace a little bit. That was the insurance. So we went really heavy. It was 2 minis. We only lost a couple hundred there. That's actually not too bad. I am going to try and sell some of this area though pretty lightly. All right, that's going to be the beginning of my sell here. Maybe take some of 72. Maybe play the backside of this at 77. Yeah. There we go. All right, so we're tapping into this next pool of liquidity up here, which this pool's pretty big too. We cracked one of them. All right, so our next rotation, if we were to go down, would still be all the way down to 170s. So, which is about 100 points away. So I'm holding it light right now. I want to see this reaction here. I'll cover if we get above this little zone, but if we get above this zone, I may play the back side of this one into the 300s. That's what I would probably play. Nice big buying volume here. Right here. So Spire's taking it up. It's just not in the context of a new 5-minute bidder yet, so I'm still looking short here up in these pools. This is our big liquidity from yesterday. Beautiful buying though. If I was going to cover some, I'd cover some at 240. Try and see if we can get a little flash down to 240 maybe. Low volume, not too crazy. Let's see, 20 seconds left. There should be buying here. Buying's getting serious. They're definitely trying to take this up. Big seller here though. So this is kind of affirming that selling, which is a lot. Now we're in like a 4 lap here. So I may try and hit this again if it comes back up. Try and play this right back where I got him at. All right, so let's see if we can get a rotation down to the 40s. That's what I'm hoping for. Rotation down to the 40s would be nice. I'm gonna take one here because of the lack of selling volume. Volume tapered there. Let's cover one. I'll take another one at 40, and then the other one I'm going to try and hold into the rotation. Down where I think that, well, probably 80, 90, this level here. So where is this, 40? Let's put a little limit there. $42. See if we get it. Nope. Weird little gap there, though, isn't it? Man. Oh, so this buyer's gone. New seller up here. A lot of new selling. New seller again from here to here. So this is new selling kind of dredging into this buyer here. This buyer's getting eaten. See if we can get a little bit of this overlap down here. This 242. I think that it'll bounce roughly around 240. See if we get a little push down here. Now I was in with you know 20 contracts. Where was I in at? I was in somewhere up here. 53. I was 60. I was in somewhere up here. I think I was playing. Where was I playing? I forget where we were playing, but we were playing the back end. I think 66 area right here. But when we broke that 5 minute, I could not. You can't. It's too much risk. Too much risk on the table for me to hold that position here. I could take another short here technically. I'm going to try and see if it'll flash back up here and maybe get a short here. Maybe even front right at 68. All right. So we got a buyer kind of stepping up into this seller here. It's not serious yet. Obviously. Buyer's over here. Especially this gap up. A lot of sell volume here. Uptick in sell volume over that buyer. You need new selling interest to come in here for this to continue down. I know that sounds obvious, but it's really important not to just have a red bar. You need new high volume red bar. See if we get a little flash down here to 242. I think it's going to bounce off roughly 240. If we cut through there, though, we have big levels here. All right, too many trumpets for me. All right, well, that didn't quite get there. I maybe should have taken it, but that is actually a little bit of an uptick. So this technically is a new seller here.
Order filled.
All right, so we got that fill there. Now let's see. I think there's going to be a little bounce off the 240. Maybe. There's your liquidity right there. You see how it flashed through? So there's a player here trying to prop that up. The only thing is I don't think we have a real player until. I don't think we have a real player yet, and probably until the 17th. So I'll take one more off at roughly 17. But really, the overlap at 187 is what I'm really looking at. Play the back end of this at 220. See if we can come down to 220. Ooh, a bounce right at that 50 EMA. Whoa. New seller. And we're eating up into all that this guy's gone. There's a new seller here. From here to here to here. So this is your block right here. Boom. So if that's going to go all the way up like that, I'll take another sell. It's pretty astounding. This volume's bigger than the buying volume that's accrued here. This buy volume, if it tapers off, I'm going to sell a couple more. Should sell some right here at 57. see. All right, I'm gonna sell a little more here. Limit for 4. Buy volume tapered. Expecting a little bit of resistance here and here. Or I shouldn't say resistance. I should say supply. Expecting some. We tapped up here, so this might have been the player 60s, but let's find out how this reacts here. I want to see a little bit bigger of a reaction. This isn't as strong as I wanted it, so may have to cover a couple. Let's see. Buy volume increase. I'm going to cover 2 here. I should have covered 2 there. You have a new buyer trying to take this up from here to here. Right here. Got through this selling. Got through this. If we cut through this guy, I'm going to cover, and I'm going to play up at this level here. Maybe a little. I know it's going to sound kind of wild, but I may want to go kind of heavy here. Playing a little aggressive. 272. All right, let's see. If I get ran through here, it could get really bad. Oh, so this player is gone, so I need to cover these.
Order filled. Order filled.
All right, so those are going to get covered. Because this guy's gone officially. We did tick off this. This is going to be surprising. If we tick off this dude, that's surprising. Considering the price action that came in. How much am I in for right now? So I'm going to hold this up until this. I would like to prefer to play the back end of the seller, but yeah. Yum. Buy volume again waned on the 5-15 minute too. So let's see. Let's see if we get a little flash and grab here. This is extremely risky what I'm doing right now. So I could lose all of my profits here.
Order filled.
All right. So in for 1. See if we can get a little bit more than 1. I'll take 1 though, but I don't want to keep playing these reactions. Oh, that wasn't too bad. It's all the way up here. Okay. So this buyer can step in, rip everyone's face off, including me, definitely my face, kind of hit the back end of this, and then put the new green buying in, and then have your new player. That is a scenario. Wouldn't love that scenario, but that is a scenario. I'm staying in this short. I do want to play the major liquidity here, so I kind of want to see us get down at least to the 80s, 90s. So I'm trying to make a play for that. I would prefer to be in for a couple more contracts. It's only going to be worth it if we get a big rotation. So seller waned here, so this is not real selling here. I might try and limit my size here a little bit.
Order filled.
Sell 1 more just in case we don't get up there.
Order filled.
All right, there we go. All right, so I'm in for 3. Let's see if we get this tag for 4 maybe. Sell volume decreased. Uptick in the buyer. If this buyer upticks, then we kind of clean this guy. Want to be a little hotter than this. May move this back a touch into the zone here. Maybe we're gonna go right here. Right here. All right, so the buyer's trying to take the seller out. Oh, the buy volume is also waning, but we'll see. This is a moment of truth right here. I'm gonna take 1 more. Liking it. I gotta hold here. So there we go. All right, so we got the flash. This should, if this buyer does take it up, it'd be pretty wild. But I want to close. If we close above here, I'm out. Okay, didn't get the close. There's your liquidity kind of push back there. Push back there. All right, let's see how this reacts. Woo! Woo! All right. 15 seconds. I'm going to take a couple more.
Order filled.
All right, let's see. Let's see. I'm looking for the liquidity. I might be getting clapped on this. All right, so here's the seller. If we don't get a hot reaction here, I'm out. Hot. Not hot. Cold. Little hot. Little hot. Little hot. This guy's gone. All right, I need to make a decision here. Back end of this player. Do I want to hold a mini into the back of this player? Where are we at? 5 minute. How much time we got left on the 5 minute? 1 minute 32. I'm going to wait for this 5 minute to run out. Tapping into the back end of this player. Cleared a lot of liquidity, but this volume's waning here. We need a new bidder. So this is your buyer down here. I'll cover when it comes down here, if it comes down here. I'll cover a couple. Cover 3. I'm on the wrong side of these minis today. All right. Tapered volume on the sell. Okay, if this, all right, this could be the moment. Whoop, whoop. Oh, 3, 2, 1. Buy volume waned. I'm covering 3. Okay. That was an uptick. Do you see that buyer come in like that? That was pretty crazy. All right, so I covered 3. I don't want to be holding these too crazily, but we do have this seller to get through on the back end of this player up here. This is a major liquidity zone up here too. All right, so that was an uptick. So you have your new buyer officially. This is an all new buyer here. All right, so I need to mark this zone up, which means that I need to probably get out of this trade. Let's cover another 3 there. Let's just limit our risk a little bit. We don't have to go crazy. All right, let me see here. Where are we at here? Why am I failing to do this? All right, this is your buyer right here. Big green buyer pressing up against this guy now. So now they're looking to aggress. Now we have some actual the players here officially. So I'm gonna clap that one because we got a new player here that's really pressing up against this player. So now I'm gonna reposition. So on our other strategy, by the way, increase in volume, nice little uptick here, good break. If we get another candle here, I'm gonna take this long. If not, we'll see what happens. All right, so that's all there is for there. Up here is very interesting. So we have a new buyer from the 15-minute too. We could come all the way back down to the 230s. Just, I would prefer to play the buy side of this now. So I want to be a buyer in this market currently. I could try and buy at the 260s. 258. Cleared that out. Came up, came back into range. This is buyers are trapped here essentially. Let's see. 3, 2, 1. Twin top of a range. Huge selling. Easy. Easy. All right. So in hindsight, could have played the backside of that liquidity. We did dredge up into this dude up here. We still have a major liquidity that we need to check up here at 370, 380. So we'll see how this runs out. Huge seller here. But this is a new buyer, so I'm comfortable buying 258. Might just take one little sprinkle there.
Order filled.
See if I get my fill for my other ones. That's another seller here. Still not worried about him yet. I'll still play off this buyer ahead of the seller. But this buy volume waned. This buy volume waning was, I was expecting it to get ran through, but I don't know. The way that we popped above that liquidity too and closed it, I'm just like, well,
Order filled.
all right, let's see here. Let's see if we catch our bids here. I'll take one there, take one there. Whoa, I took all of them. Whoops, didn't mean to take all of them. Well, we'll see. Twin top bar, man. That's very peculiar. On the 15 minute, this is setting up to be a bull trap. This could get kind of crazy. Twin top bar on the 5 and the 15 minute. That's very interesting. And I'm seeing this over here, by the way. So this is their twin top bar. So twin top, which at an extreme marks a reversal if it closes like that. It would be very interesting to see. I definitely need to make some coffee, but it's been an exciting day. Haven't done too well on the trades today. What are we at today? No data for today. Okay, here we go. Win rate 44%. Just today. Thank you. All right, so average wins 1.5. That's not bad. 1.5 is not bad. 44% win rate. Profit factor is 1.2. The two big plays that I've tried to take have gotten me. Oh no, all my levels are gone. Oh, okay. All right, well, let's see. And yeah, we need to go back to 30-second here. 5 minutes. So I'm telling you, Top Step, you dirty bugger. Spent all that time. It's okay. I need to be careful. You remember to switch them up a little bit. Okay, so in the short term, here's your buyer here to here. Here to here. All right. And then we have our new buyer, 5 minute buyer. It's going to be from here to here. It's your 5 minute buyer. And then you have buying from here to here. And in this pocket, you have buying from here to here. Is this right? Here to here. Okay, so this is your buying, and then it was all the way up there, but then it got eaten into a little bit. All right, so now this player's getting absorbed a little bit. And we kind of hit the liquidity, but it was kind of rough at the same time. Oh, disappointment. Now I'm going to have to go and do all of this liquidity again. This is just horrible. Okay. So let me just drag a player across here. We got boom, boom. Big player. It's going to be red. Boom, boom. Big player. Red. We're right up at the top of this. This is right where that 3 bar was yesterday. That sell-off from Microsoft. Right where it was. It's right where we're at in the markets right now. All right, so this liquidity is getting eaten. We're on the last sliver of this liquidity now. And I need to go make some coffee before I die. All right, so I had some zones marked out in there, but I can assume where good pricing is. I don't necessarily need the zones, but that is going to be something that we're going to see. So let's see here. This is this. This is this. This is this. No. Yes. Okay. Yes. Down here. So I have those limits down here. New buyer here. So this is a new buyer all the way up. Overlap in the buying. And then another little buyer here to here. So you have a little bit of some overlap here, although it's not the cleanest. All right. So this level, this level, this level. All right. Buyers. So this 130 is not bad either. I want to try and actually get in at that 130. That would be pretty sick. All right. So now that we have that, all of that done, we have buyers, but they're kind of, I'm going to say fake. I'm not going to say fake. They're real buyers, but they're just not strong. Even though this does look pretty strong. I mean, I'm not going to lie. This looks pretty stinking strong. All right. Remember, the yellow boxes are your 30-second. The red, green boxes are your 5-minute. So I like to play macro to macro, meaning 5-minute to 5-minute. And then 30-second, we're just trying to get a little bit better fills here. As you can see, there's still a buyer still accumulating here, but it looks like he's going to get taken here pretty soon. This is a new seller here into that position. So we were in the right spot. 66 is where I wanted to sell. That's where I did sell. It just came up, ran into that liquidity. When it didn't react as much, what are you going to do? I was there. I was in the right position. I still could short from here, technically, but pricing's everything. All right. And I would prefer to go long. I would prefer to go long. Why do I have a buy here? I don't know why I have a buy order there. I prefer to go long down here, like the 130s. I think the 130s, 140s is great. It's great. All right. So let's see here. Let's mark our current players here. If we start to flush down a little bit, I'm just going to need to know where these guys are at. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So this is a little bit of overlap here. 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 That's why I called the 180 level earlier. I figured this is going to be a level we're going to come to again. All right, selling, real selling here. So a little bit overlap here. Here you are. Oh, let's go right here. And a new seller from here to here. So this is another little block here of selling. So if we do come back up, the 175 area might be looking good to go short. This player has been taken. And we have a new seller here, this little pocket here. So this could be looking good to short in the short term as well. The 63 area, which is right there. I have a little tiny bit of a pop off that, but let's see. As you can see, the liquidity is there. So playing the back end of this range. See if we get a little love. If not, I'll close the trade. It's no problem. Increase in volume. So this is a new buyer trying to take it up again. Let me see. I'm going to cover. Not one. This one. This one. There we go. Cover one there. Seller's still active. Buyer's aggressed. So, all right, we're out. There it is. A little scalp. I don't even know how much that was. How much was that? $10. Oh, there it is. Still could have taken the double there. Boom. I need to get some coffee. My head's hurting. We have a little decrease in volume on the sell here. So that's bullish. May want to play the back end of this at 339. And we'll play the 340 level. I front run it a touch if it wants to get down there. You do have a buyer here as well. And we're dredging into this buyer. So close to this overlap down here. Pretty, if I get clapped on this, I'll put a stop loss just in case. Nah, scrap, I'm good. If it goes down to the 80s, I'm cool with it. All right, up 250 on the day. A little bit of a hurdle. Went a little heavy. I mean, you catch it when you're heavy. I think we only lose like 150 per heavy trade that we've done. So we're down like 300 off those. But to be honest with you, when I catch the trades, it's like $800 to $1,000. So I know it doesn't seem that way, but it is about 10 to 1 risk, roughly, because I'm risking about 10 points to sometimes make, 50, 60, 70. And it's 10 points. Uh-oh. This headset jack's kind of messing up here. It's 10 points that's kind of, how do you say? It's 10 points that's averaged. It's covered well. So
even though I'm risking like 10 points, I may not even be risking, 10 points at the total. It's like 20 points goes up. I cover a few when it comes back down to these ranges just based on behavior. There's different things like that. So we have some selling up here, but really this 5-minute seller isn't too crazy yet. If this volume picks up though, this will be something to note. 1 minute 44 left in this 15-minute candle. We could aggressive. Ooh, I want one
Order
here.
filled.
Want one here.
Order filled.
There we go. Okay, let's see if we get a little bounce here. So the short idea still would have worked up here. It's just the way that it happened with this close and the uptick, it was just kind of sketchy. So there's just not so much I could do about that. Big seller here. I don't want to take a couple here. I want to wait. I want to see them defend this position here. If anywhere is going to be defended, it's going to be right here, I think. All right, this guy's gonna go on. All right, I'm gonna sell 2 there. The selling is waning, so it's telling me that we could probably come back up here again. $37, $36, $5, $34. New aggressor here, new buyer. Another overlap. So if it comes back down, I'm buying more again.
Order filled.
And I'm buying more again.
Order filled.
All right. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, okay. It did crack. Uh oh, this isn't as good then. Volume's going to uptick or no? This candle needs to hurry up and close. All right. Now let's see. Not a new seller. I think all this can get ran here. Boom. This is a seller aggressing in this area. This body gets worked all the way down to here. All that liquidity has been eaten. So we have a seller here. I may take a couple up there. I need to go make coffee before my head explodes. You have a new aggressor, so we should crack this player. We're having a hard time cracking this guy right here. The volume is relatively weaker. Don't want to see this flash in reverse here. Tempted to take 2 more. See how this candle closes here. Flips. Weakened. So the buying volume weakened here, so I'm going to take one off. And I'm going to hold this position until this player cracks here. The new one was off of this player here, stepping in. So that's why I covered with a low decrease in volume here. Here's an increase. So if this candle closes green, this is good news. All right. So a little bit of an uptick in volume. You're assuming a baby player is trying to get up here. I mean, I still want to be a buyer down here, to be honest with you. I should have bought more. Come down a little. I probably should have bought a little bit more there. Kind of tough. Wayne, I'm going to buy more. I don't trust the seller right now. If it does, it's all right. I'm going to play the back end of this range here at 30s, 34. Let's see here. All right, let's see. Play the back end of this trader. So sell, 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 sell. Right on the edge of our trend here. A little bit of a double top. New pivot high. Extension down. Let's see. New seller. This liquidity's gone. That buyer. A little seller here, taking it up. So a little bit of a lap here. $238. Uptick, downtick, downtick. Let's see. Oh. This is the player, so I'm going to cover these if we crack that player completely. Could have bought more down there, though, technically. All right. This flips. They got absorbed. There's some absorption. There's another little tiny player there, but they're just battling it out right now. Seeing which way does the market want to go. I don't want to buy these anymore because if this cracks, it's going to go with a fury. All right, so I might cover one towards the top of, well, let's see if it gets up there. This is an increase. So a double zone. Here. Tap that, rejected. So we're pressing into this liquidity. Crack this person, I'm out. Playing that major player here. I'm going to take one more down here. Two more, I mean. Let's see. If we crack this guy, I'm out for sure. Ooh, it's trying. 30 seconds left in this 5-minute candle. I'm still going to buy a couple more. Just to see if we retrace below it.
Order filled.
If we crack this, then it's going to be heavy. All right, 19 seconds left. I'm playing the 5-minute bid here. Playing the 5-minute bid. Let's see if we can get above it. All decreasing in volume on the 5-minute. Still looking to go long here. Do I have the cojones to hold this? All right, so buyers here now. A lot of this liquidity got caught. A lot of it got caught. Now I have to make a decision because I'm still playing on based off of this 5-minute. I'm still thinking this is going to react. I really don't want to take this to the teeth. Buy volume's all waning here on the 5-minute. Ah, yeah. If you get your new seller, though, that's just it. Oh, I could have played the back end of this actually, where this buyer is here. That wouldn't have been bad. Yeah, that might have been where the player is. New seller, this is halfway absorption 2. This is your new seller here, though. A lot of selling pressure all the way across. Even though we're in for 4. Cover 3 there. Running into selling up here. The seller's hot here. This buyer's holding on. Trying to hold on. Now, if this player gets cracked, I'm for sure gonna get out of this trade. I'm playing the 5-minute basis here, but this is looking ugly. I really don't want to be holding this much. Yeah, if this player gets cracked, I'm out, and then that's actually going to be put me red for the day. But it's all right. We'll catch up more. This one is just me holding too much. Yeah, I'm trying to play these upper levels here. Ooh, wow. It's going to hurt. Okay, that hurt. Even though this could still work, but all right. We had to play that level like that. Woo! Okay. Oh, here's your bidder. here's your strong one here. Right here in this level. So, okay, yeah, there's your actual strength. So I probably closed that right at the wrong time, but that's okay. I should have covered here off the break of these two. In hindsight, I went a little heavy, averaged into maybe the flick up against the 5, but when this flicked up, I should have covered all of them. Instead, I wanted to play the third one. Now we have a new aggressor in the market here. So this was a $300 blunder. And that's, I'm going to go watch the replay. I'm going to try and do a recap on this. So we came in, wanted to be the buyer here with these buyers. Popped up, Sellers are new sellers, new sellers, new sellers. I should have been covering with the new sellers. I should have been covering saying, okay, there's new aggression, new aggression. Let's wait to play more of a macro range here, right? Even still, even though this volume is upticking, it's still, there's a buyer down here. So too crazy, but let's see. We're going to try and buy the 190s. Let's see if we can get back down here a little bit. I don't think it will, but it may. So we retested the extreme. That was a twin bar. Could be a bit of a bull trap here. I think I'm more bummed that the 66s that I wanted ran, and then this actual move from the liquidity gets drawn all the way down for 50 points. So yeah, can't win them all, but it's all right. I'm gonna go make up a cup of coffee real quick and to give myself a little breather here. We're gonna get back to the markets. And just before we do that, though, I just want you guys to see this is almost a trap, almost a bull trap. It is bull trap. There are bulls trapped, but it's almost the context of a great context and the 15-minute. So we could be looking for some short wins in the short term. Oh, these all got filled already. So 1.75. This one get filled. Where's this one at? This one. If this one's an actual short trap, we're saying it come all the way back down to 166. So, should be very interesting. See, this buying is not super real. There's a little uptick, so this buyer should be trying to carry some here. We see we did get a little bid right back up to the range here. It is what it is. I can't be holding this trade forever, even though I know that there's liquidity. Just the way that pulled here. I mean, look, I'm playing this 5-minute bidder. That's why I wanted to hold, but I can't hold if there's a new aggressor for another 100 points. There's just no way. I'll blow this account. So there you go. This guy's gone here officially. You have a new seller up here at this range. Even though this is new buying, you could technically sell the market and catch the bit of the downside here, because there's not even though this bidder was active here, it's not, how do you say? I could have got a little bit better pricing down here, but here's your new seller from here to here. Let me get a little bit of room here. Let's see. Here to here. There you go. We'll take that.
Order filled.
All right. Well, now we're green on the day. See? That's how easy it is. Just kidding. Oh, shoot. All right. So, the reason why I took that sell is because selling volume increased. We were towards the top of this short up here, and I figured it was pretty good pricing. It was close enough for the open of a new bar. So, that's why I took the short. Man, holding those 60s. I was right here playing the 60s, 70s. I should have just played the back end with the insurance back here. That would have been the better play. When we started dredging up into it, just blunders. Playing this a little out of context, a little out of tune with the markets. Just a little bit, man. I'm close. We're just enough where I have to hold poor positions and whatnot. I am going to try and take a short at 36. Let's see here. I don't really want to go that heavy. Go. That's a new seller. 2 here. Let's see. Let's not go there. Let's play a little bit more defensive. Let's sell up here, and I'll take 1 here. I'll sell the back end of this level back here. If it gets back there. All right. I'm gonna go get a cup of coffee. I will be back. 48. 48. There we go. A little position here. If we can pop back up and sell into them. All right, I'll be back. checking the charts, making a couple of adjustments. Almost got my coffee then, so yeah. Beautiful move today. Beautiful price action. We were close today. We were right there. We're right about the liquidity. I was a little out of position on my pricing, so those things can just those things just happen. So it's all good though. Let's see here. I am trying to build a little position around the seller here. Right here to here.
Order filled.
All right, there's 4. All right, let's see. I don't really want to hold these into the back end of this, so if I'm just catching these guys at the wrong places, it is what it is. But expecting a little bit of a rejection, a little bit. This is all new buying here, so it's going to put a lot of pressure on this guy. I'm playing the back end pretty heavy here. I wouldn't mind even going a little heavier at 48. If this gets ran through, that would be pretty impressive. All right, let's see here. So really, I'm front running this. I wanted a hot reaction. Didn't really get the hot reaction I was looking for. I'm just gonna, again, I'm gonna hold on to these, but I don't know if I necessarily need to hold on to them. New buyer, new buyer, new buyer, all the way up here, new buyer. See if we can get a little bit of pull back down to 31. I'll cover a couple. Oh wow, they're just ripping it up. Ripping it up again. I don't know. A little bit of a lack of volume here. What do we got? We'll take 1 at 31. 1 at 31 here. See if we can get that little up tap here. This volume waned, so should get a little tap. If not, it's okay. Expected something. No? Doesn't want it? This aggressor's looking strong again, so yeah, maybe should have cut it off of that, but all right, starting to eat up into this liquidity now. I'm going to play this short here. Sell a couple there.
Order filled.
So I'm going to go heavy again into this situation here. I want to play the back end here, up here where this double lap is. Come on, give me 4 more. So I'm going to be in for 20. It's really heavy. I'm going to take these in 5 spurts. Well, I'll take it 3 spurts now, but if I get filled on this back end, I'm going to take it in 5 spurts here. So new buyer again. All right, so we're taking a little cover there. Tiny. See if we can cover down here at the 32s a little bit.
Order filled.
I'll take 1 off the rejection there. See, I'm still going to sell up into this range here, so if it comes back, still going to sell up here.
Order filled.
Take 2 off there on that little bid, just because we have a buyer here. But if I'm playing macro to macro, I want to get down here to the 190s. Should be an uptick in volume on the sell if this holds. A little bit of uptick. So seller, new seller, assuming right here. Little flush there. That was interesting. Little absorption. Making a case for the seller here. If this volume picks up, could be nice. I'm going to cover 1 here. Oh!
Order
All
filled.
right, that's where I wanted to cover. We'll cover 2 there. That's where I wanted to cover 2 right here, because this is where that buyer started initiating. So this guy's gone. And I hope we come back up here. 141. See, is this an uptick as well? So yeah, that's an uptick as well. So I can probably just draw this zone here. Sell another one at 240. Sell another two at 240. Play back down on this range again. And then I'm going to come back down here again. I'm going to reposition here. Actually, I'm going to play the overlap. I'm going to play the overlap. I'm not going to try and front run it. All right, I'm going to go get a cup of coffee. Okay, so I think actually retested the extreme
Order filled.
break. I'm supposed to go short here on the house account here, so I'm gonna go short on the house account. Didn't really think about it, but let me see here. 2-bar break here. Short stops up here, 3 points above. Whoops. 3 points above 54. Gonna get a 1-to-1. This is the current, this is the homebrew strat here. This is the trade it's taken right now. It should be actually umbrellaed if this was a true 15-minute bear trap. So we could technically maybe umbrella it down to 166, but I don't know about that. I think I'm going to keep it here. All right, so I don't know what order got filled. I think some kind of, oh, one short got filled here off that initiate break here. So, or maybe it was 2. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see here. Little increase in volume buying. There's still this seller kind of aggressing. Some of this selling got eaten, so we got to mark that. Buy one there, cover one there. Play this situation a little more aggressive. I still would like to see us come down and rotate down to the 180s, 190s. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. Well, not hoping for. That's what I'm expecting this next set of liquidity to be. All right, this is all lowering, but we could find a new bidder here. This looks like a new player trying to push this up. I am playing the back end of this liquidity, so 48. Sell 2 there.
Order filled.
All right, gonna be heavy again.
Order filled.
All right, here we are. We're heavy again. Can't believe how heavy I've gotten today. Today's been heavy quite a bit. All right, I'm gonna cover some there just to get my average a little bit better off those 4. All right, let's see. This guy's gone. New buyer here, from here to here. All right. Play the back end here. Play the back end. A little more conservative. All right, this bidder's trying. Getting close to getting stopped out on the other account here. Let's see what happens. It's gonna be fascinating. All right, liquidity is getting dried up here. This player's almost gone. We've tapped up into this player here. Projecting off this liquidity. I think we're still here. Let's see what happens. At least play. I'll cover some of this buyer here down at the 44s. I don't know, maybe a little bit more than that. Let's see. There they are, 44, right there. Could have probably covered a couple of them, but I don't know. I probably should have covered a couple of them. But I'm kind of expecting a rotation out of this back end here. Oh, wow. Wow, the flash of those algos came in right there. That was great. Did you guys see that? Watch the replay eventually, and you'll watch the flash of that algo just come and absorb everything. That was pretty crazy. Okay. So we got 2 sellers. I'm liking this zone up here a lot to sell. 51 level. This gets blown through, it gets blown through, but I think you get a nice little pull here. So that was a downtick in volume on the sell. So assuming that this seller's not too real yet, I should have probably covered a couple down there. This is getting really thin. What's going on? We got data, news, earnings. Something's really thin in this market out right now. Very interesting lack of selling there. I probably should cover a couple here because of the lack of selling that came in. So that's what, you know, if I would have covered 2 down there, it made me feel better about the sell initially, but this just makes it a little bit more to where it's like, all right, the seller's here, but there's not new selling interest. Buying interest is here though. So play the back end still with this pull here. I may take a couple more. 51. All right, buy volume waned there. I'm gonna take one more. Let's see. All right, there we got the tap. There's your liquidity. Not a trading recommendation, by the way. I'm in for 6 again. A little bit better pricing, barely. I saved myself 2 points there. Probably paid just that in commissions by itself. All right, so let's see here. Almost getting stopped on the top step. Actually, I think, am I supposed to reverse this position here? No, but it's close. Very tricky range today. All right, here. So we got filled on all of them. So I'm playing the back end of this liquidity. If this liquidity gets drawn and flushed, that's it. That's the end of this move here. So we're banking on this guy right here. This is where I want the overlap to come in. So I'm going to go up to 3 now. I'm going to cover some there. Now let's see if this guy can hold. This player can hold here. So again, I really don't want to get out of this position unless these bars, I want this bar to, so this bar is getting eaten up, right? So buyers are trying to take this up. Buy volume stepping down. We have 1 minute left. So I'm assuming this rolls over here. So let's see if we can get a little bit of a rollover here into the short. Find out. If this blasts off and closes, it is what it is. I mean, there's nothing I can really do, you know? All right, there's some. So we'll take another 3 there, the bottom of that range, and we'll hold on to these 4. Should find a little bit here. That is a new seller. New seller, but that did retrace, so I'm going to say the seller's back here on this back end. Where are you? Come on. Work with me. Work with me. All right, let's see. Oh. I'm going to hold, let's try and get some profits in today. Let's lock in a little bit. So I took 1 more there. I still would sell here at 51s. Let's sell here again. Once it come back up. Yeah, that might have been the sell there, actually, at the 5 minute, but. All right. A little bit of a gap there. That's interesting. 30 second, I mean. All right. This little flush. I'm tempted to take 1 more, but I want to hold on to these and see if we can get a little rotation down here. I want to find the macro. The macro to me is 190s. I want to see us get down there. I may take 1 at 211s, but we cracked this buyer here. Seller's looking very aggressive, so angry. 30-second seller here. So again, we got a little bit of overlap. I'll move this up. Actually, I could probably move it even more up. I could move it probably to him, but here. All right, so this buyer's trying again. We'll see. We'll see if he has the so sell volume tapered a touch. Tempted to take one, but let's see here. See if we can get some legs here. Want to get down to the 190s, 180. This is where I want to buy. I want to be a buyer down there. I want to be a buyer down there, buyer down in this level down here, the 150s. That would be beautiful. Would love that. So let's see here. Catching a tiny bid here. Still pretty mellow. No, not too mellow. I mean, that's decent. Take one more there.
Filled.
See if we can get it short somewhere again. Comes back up. I'm going to short it. Let's see, 50%, maybe at the 44s. Our short's still here, so. Or no, it's here. Couldn't even get above that. Okay. All right. $20 points is cool. I could just bank it today. Make my couple hundred. Get ready for this payout, but let's see. So we tapped into this range again, right? So this is a decent buyer. On our house account, we're still in that short. Almost got stopped out. Looking for 206. If I'm gonna play this kind of this bull idea here, it's saying it can go down to 166. I actually wouldn't mind playing the 180, but I'm just gonna lock in some profits here if it does come down. So we'll see how that works. So obviously we got a battle going on. It's insinuating. Sell volume kind of tapered a little bit from here, so not a new aggressor. Buyers coming in. Makes me want to take one more, but again, I'm trying to stay a little disciplined here and at least get a rotation down to the 212s, 210s, you know. But I wouldn't mind becoming a buyer here at the 190s. So, and then if we came down in here, this overlap at the 130s, which I don't even think would happen in this time frame, but if it did, or next week, oh, I'm gonna full port send those down there. Load the boat. Flagging a little bit. Bear flag. Boom, boom, boom. Need this buyer to step in here. We'll see if it happens. Buy volume. Let's check the volume. If it wanes here, I'm going to take probably two more on the short.
Order filled.
I'm short two more. Towards the top. Even though I know that there's a buyer there. You know what I'm doing lately? Tell you what I'm doing lately. I've done this a few times. I've shorted right into the buyer. So I'm averaging down a little bit here. Right, that is a big new buyer here. Big new buyer. They're really reinforcing this position here. I wouldn't be surprised to see this whole thing get engulfed. And us check this seller again. All right, I'll put him down here because this candle's gonna go wherever it's gonna go. Oh, 50%. That's not bad. 50%'s not bad. So they're medium aggression here. Let's see. So buyer's trying to take it up. Yeah. Cover two there.
Filled.
Oh. Go two more
Order
there.
filled.
All right. Now let's sit back with these two. Hopefully get a big rotation. We'll see. They're really trying. This buyer's still here, by the way. Now he's not. Now he's here. So we should get a double here. Double buy is actually positive. So tempted to take one.
Order filled.
And I did. Now if we crack this double, we come down lower, but when they reinforce a position like this can get bullish though. Although this is a new seller here again, reinforcing this position. So they're just kind of battling it out right now. Might try and play the range here a little bit. Right? I can cover, buy some here, sell at the top of that range. Let's see. Ah, yeah. All right, this guy's gone. It is what it is. Oh, look at that. They're trying, man. Oh. All right, he's gone. All right, so this might initiate the move down, the rotation down to 190s, 180s. Which I would be a happy buyer. Capybara. Buyers are trying to hold here. Selling volume stepped out. I'm going to hold one more. See if we get a little extension here. Still holding on to the short over here. And we'll look to add to the short possibly. So we get another 2-bar break. That's strong. It's going to be another add. And then this is a possible 15-minute bull trap. It's not. It's probably like a B- setup, but it's close. It's close. So I don't take B-, but I chart the B- just to kind of see the action. So, alrighty. With that kind of reaction there, I still want to, let me see, sell volume wane 3 times. I'm going to take the fill here. Though I still think it can go down. I want to see if I can get a little love tap back up here, possibly. Let's see, 236, 236. Go 230, 550. A couple here. Sell one at 625, 550. Right here, 575. I'll sell at 650. A couple more. Or 650. Yeah. All right. Let's see if this buy volume. Here we go. Let's see. Get up there. Saw one there. Got filled for 2. Got filled for 3. Let's see if we get a little rejection here. That was an increase. So buyers again reinforce. Whoa. All right. So buyers reinforcing this area. I probably should have played the back end sell here, but that's all right. Playing with singles here. This is another increase in volume. Beautiful volume, actually. I'm going to cover 1. I should cover 1 here. Cover 1 there. Oop. That buy or sell? Cover 1. I'm in for 5? Oh boy. Cover 2 there. Cover 2 there just because of the way that buying happened. I'm going to sell back up into this range here. Maybe take 1 at 45. That's being a little picky though. There we go. Oh, look at this scooping, man. These guys are battling it out today. Bye. Reinforced position down here. So that's getting a little heavier to the upside now. It's a little wane on the sell, on the buy. I mean, I'm not going to sell anymore because I've been somehow buying right into them. I need to do that at top of the ranges if it wanes at the top of the ranges. So buyer's active here. Might cover a couple more, see if I get better pricing. Let's see if I get better pricing up here. Maybe the 45. All right. On the back end of this range here at 52. All right. I am going to have to go here pretty soon. Still in the short here. Getting accumulated. Definitely, this looks like a big, giant bull flag.
Or you could say a head and shoulders pattern, and we're forming the next shoulder. If we break the neck down here, we flush. Either one of those. Say whatever you want. Let's see. All right, so this buyer is not as hot. I'm sure he's going to be a little hotter at the 225s. So let's see if we can get down to the 225s. I'm just going to cut that one there. Expect a little bit of some upside here. Maybe I should be a buyer at 225. Let's see. I'll buy a couple
Order
here.
filled.
Or about one, but I'll buy two.
Order filled.
All right, let's see. If this guy cracks here, I'm going to be out of this too. All right, yep, a little reaction there. Let's see. The sell volume wasn't too crazy, so I'm expecting still a rotation to the upside. They reinforced this position, so this should be a good place to buy down here. Let's see. See if we get a little continuation here. By the way, if you guys are new to the stream, welcome. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Trading Monday through Friday, 6:30 to 9:30 Pacific. Market open to about market lunch. I'm going to be hoping to do this more full-time in January. And you guys will see me for a portion. We got 2 different channels. I'm going to be doing recaps, shorts, tutorials. We'll be going over a range of topics and theories too, because this strategy is a little more theoretical. Whereas this strategy is much more rule-based and specific. So 2 differences completely. 2 complete differences. So there's still, I'm not going to get out of this position until they crack 221, but this could crack with some fury here. So if the buy volume increases, I'm going to cover one. If it decreases, I'm going to stay in the trade. There's the increase. All right, so I'm going to cover one there. It's because it's a little bit of a new aggressor there. Oh, did I buy another one on accident? Oh,
Order filled. Order
that's what I
filled.
want to do. There we go, cover one. All the theory in the world can is not going to help you press the wrong button. Doesn't matter how good you are. Buying instead of selling, that will happen. Especially when you're going short and long multiple places. You're in a position to short. Need to go long, need to go short. Yeah. All right. So still expecting. If they're reinforcing this position, this should range bound a little bit. This is a head and shoulders. Boom, 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 boom. Broke, but then came back, made a 4th shoulder. This is a mutant. It's like an X-Men shoulder here. So it's like a pauldron. This was the pauldron. This was the actual shoulder. Neck, break, continuation. Let's see if it happens. I'm trying to defend this position here. This could break with some gusto. I'm still holding because I'm going to play into this player right here. So 8 seconds. We're going to see. See how they rip it back up? No need to get out of there yet. See? No need to get out of here yet. They're trying to keep this guy up here. So I'm actually going to add one more to there. If I get hit, it's okay. But they're defending this position. That's why I can't. What's happening is selling is happening so quickly. The algo is ordered to buy a bunch here into the selling pressure. So they'll scoop it up. The buy comes back down. They scoop it up. The algo can't keep up with the buying pressure sometimes, especially when they're defending different areas. Now, if this one sells, I'm cracking both of these. 3, 2, there we are. Now we're out because this player is now officially, in my eyes, gone. And watch it reverse right when I say that. Be okay if it did, though. I played that correctly. All right, we got new selling volume. So boom, boom. This is your seller here. This is your seller right here. See him? You guys see him? Boom. Right here. Another new seller here. Whoa. All right. So on this chart, we are in a break. If we go another bar down, I'm going to take the short again. I'm going to add to the short here. I know we're running into this buyer. This is a big buyer here, and there's also a big buyer here. But in the short term, and this sell volume is waning, I want to see an increase in sell volume to the downside here. All right. Getting back over to here. The buyer's holding on. They're chewing up some of the seller now. I was getting a little chopped up there. That's okay. I'm going to play a little bit more extreme ranges here. I'm going to see if we get up to 240s. I want to see if we get down to 290s. And better yet, if we come down to 165 area. Better yet, if we flush all the way down to 36s, I would love to see a little flush juicer right here. That would be beautiful. All right, so this liquidity is getting eaten. Bye-bye. Sell volume is waning. If it's a third bar and it wanes in the sell, I might take a short position. Little one. 3, 2. Let's see. It looks like it's going to beat it, though. Nope, I'm shorting. All right, shorting into the seller here. Buy volume waned, so I'm assuming this gets ran. Sold 2 even, and then I'll probably front run this 40s if it does flash up here. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Okay, that was still a decrease in volume. Sell one more.
Order filled.
If this continues to flash up, that would be very surprising to me. Because if you find a new bidder all of a sudden up here, I'm going to stick back here. Let's see. New bidder? New bidder. Okay, so I'm pushing up against these levels now. Now I'm playing the last edge of this guy here, which I should be in better pricing at. I'm going to get a couple more just to cover this last position. So this would be a quick stop if it does roll over. But this is a new player from here to here. So here you have him right here, pushing up against the seller now. 15 seconds. There's another one. Probably should have shorted there. Probably should have shorted up into that pull up there at 140s. I'll take one more. This is going to be a bigger position because we're playing up into this area here. This is where the liquidity really is happening. So I'm getting heavy here. And I'm going to play this last position. Okay, increase, increase, increase. So this is all new buying here. They're really pushing up against this seller now. So let's see. Gone. Just about holding on here. Getting ready for this 5-minute liquidity. All right, so got filled for a lot of that. Getting ready to, now I'm switching my position size up a little bit. Found some of that liquidity. Want to get a little bit better pricing. This is your buyer all the way up. Ooh, wow. Looking strong here. The seller looked pretty strong too, though. Not going to lie to you. I play the back end of this right here. This little double overlap at 53. I go a little heavier at 53. Where are we at here? All right, here we go. So if we crack up into this 53, I'm going to get a little bit better of an average. Should be having some lap here. Let's see. Oh! Just missed me. Just missed me.
Order filled.
Take this one out. All right, so this guy's gone. These are front runners. These are 30-second. They weren't inside of the red area yet. So this is actually the red zone here. We got 14 seconds left in this candle. If this breaks it in these 14 seconds, then I'm going to cut this trade off. I'm assuming we get a little wiki in the last couple seconds here, though. And we do a little rejection here. So let's see. See if we get our little rejection. Go 5 because I want to cover a bigger portion of this if it comes down a little bit off this liquidity. We did step up into this a touch. Let's see, buy volume waned. Looking to come down to this 42s. Ooh, an anomaly here. That would be kind of sketch for the long side. I'm in pretty heavy here. If I keep missing these heavy pulls, it's just crazy. All right, that anomaly is sketchy. Sell volume still active here. I need to play this player here, 255. Looking for this retracement, looking for him to be active. Could have got better fills. I mean, if you think about the pricing, if I would have got the 52s, I would already be up. Instead of me having to now play a position down because I averaged up into this position. So that's just, again, blunders on my part. Now, as far as this goes, we're very close to getting stopped out again. But if in 4 minutes, if this breaks, goes higher, comes back down, I'm going to add to the short here because this would be a bull trap. So coming back over here now, I want to cover. Oh, I wanted to cover there. All right, I'm gonna cover there a little bit. Just take some of that risk off because of that quick pull here. There was that buyer that's coming in, so now it's up to this player. I covered it a little bit to limit my risk, just a little bit. Played a little bit of that. It was just only like 10 points. So let's see if we can actually get a bigger rotation. Hopefully now this is the rotation down to the 190s. So that's what we're hoping for. I want to see this buyer get cracked here. Let's see. This could be a good move. Dredging into this buyer. Take a little off there. Come on, Nelly. Down here. New seller here. Here to here again. So this is a new, this seller's hot. Seller's hot right now. I'm going to get down to 2. I'm going to be taking profits on the way down. I am expecting this seller to be somewhat active here. I mean, this buyer to be somewhat active, but really, this is a macro. These are micros. I want to see, this is about a 50% retracement here. So I'm going to take another 2 off there. Let's see here. Let's see if we can actually get, all right, that was a little bit bigger of a sell here too. So we're eating up into some of the buying liquidity. We have a new seller from here to here. Right here. A little bit of selling happening here. If this guy gets taken, I'm I'm going to limit the risk. So the buyer is about 50% here. They're going to try and scoop this up. But the thing is, 2 minutes left in this candle. This will be a bull trap if this comes back down. Anywhere below. I know this is looking messy, so I'm going to get rid of some of this for you guys real quick. We broke out of these bars here, right? Broke out of these bars, tried to go higher, came back down into the range. As long as we get anywhere inside of this big bar here, I'm adding to the short on this account, as well as I'm going to feel a lot more comfortable holding my shorts on the other account. So I got really, really good pricing up here. So that's the idea. One minute, 16 seconds left. I'm hoping that these shorts hold on. It's looking very peculiar on the 15-minute, kind of engulfing, triple engulfing. So that's very interesting too. I got to make sure that none of these plays I'm getting misreading something on the 15-minute, because that would be poor. All right, so we're starting to scoop up a little bit. That buyer's dredging up into here. Again, this is kind of why I was hoping I'd get into this. 7 seconds left. This is the 5-minute. So if we break and flip green and crack, I'm getting out of all these trades. All right, here's another crack here. I'm going to sell a little bit more here and looking to cover down a touch. All right, so you can see the seller's still hot up here. See if we get down a little bit. New buyer came in. They're trying to reinforce this position here. I'm going to take it if we get down here to this level. Very tricky. Very tricky. I sold a couple more here. This is probably down to right here for the short term. All right, we got to hold. 4 seconds left. Is it going to make it? Are we trapped here? This is, oh man, they barely got trapped here. Okay, so you guys can't see it, but I'm taking some off of the other account, but they did get trapped. The question is, where is the trap go to? I think I have to umbrella it, by the way. So I'm going to take one more short here. I think I have to umbrella this short to all the way down to 142, 206. So we're looking for 206. Let's see if we can get it. So they are trapped again. There is that double bid. I could have covered a little bit there at that double bid, but I'm going to hold on to this. I do have to go to work here soon. That's what sucks. New seller, new aggressor here. Again, so a lot of congestion up here. A lot of liquidity up here at this level. Buyers tried to take it up again, and they're still trying, but if these guys have to let it go, I say they're going to look for their new macro, which could be here. 211s or even down to the 160s, honestly. All right. Let's see here. Ooh, this is looking a little flaggy now. Such a crazy price action swing here. Look at this. Just intense. All right. So sellers stepped in again. Can't find new buyers yet. That's going to put a lot of pressure on this level here. They couldn't find new buyers. If you were to look at the footprint, this would have been very thin. There would have been a lot of buyers up here. Up here, this would have been very thin for buyers. Meaning that there's not a thin, meaning that they're just very light, not a heavy amount of buyers. So there's probably some buyers trapped up here. There's some that covered here in this position probably. And that's putting pressure down here. So not a lot of new buying interest. But this player here is still trying to take the market up. If this player fails, we should see it crack. And I'm in heavy. So, well, for me, 8 contracts is heavy. So, buyer's still trying here. All right, they're still trying. You see right here to the tick. Right where they're at. Okay, starting to crack them now. Let's see if we can get a little momentum. Buyers are here. I know, huh, Samo? For real. Let's let it fall. All right. Get a little bit here. I'm going to cover 2 here. Cover 2 there at the bottom of that range. This guy's gone. This should be starting. There we go. Come on, let's get a big crack here. Cover a couple more into this cell. And let's see if we can get a rotation. Oh, there. See what I'm saying? There's that bottom player down there. I'm going to cover 1 more. I'm holding 3. Let's see if we get a bigger rotation here. Bigger rotation down to the 190s. So the trap over here still pretty much working. Looking for that 206. I umbrellaed this short, so I'm gonna look to hopefully get a little bit of pull here. But again, this is really tricky here. So that buyer is still active here. This buyer is still active. Huge seller though. Humongous seller just came in. So big seller here. Should see a little bit of rotation down here again. I'm gonna play it like really defensively down here. I don't even know if I want to play this level anymore. Holy smokes. Okay, so I got my fill in the other account. I'm taking 2 off here. I'm holding on to 1, so for 50 points roughly. You know what? I'll just clap this trade here. That's fine with me. I got to go to work right now anyways. All right. We did it. This trade filled too as well. There's your bull trap. Look, I told you. Bull trap right here, textbook. And look, it's just going to flush. Here's the rotation. Now, here's your bidder. Here's a bidder I've been trying to play at the 180s. They're happening right now. I can't believe every time I got to go to work. This is when the action happens, when I have to go to work. All right, so huge new seller. So this seller is continued all the way down here up until we're going to figure out where this dude is. So we're going to stay right here for right now. There's your seller. Buyers here. We marked him before it even came down. And then you have your actual push here. So, whoo! All right. So I'm going to, let's see here. We made a 171 on our other, just a 3-bar play. We missed a nice, beautiful bull trap. We should be up almost 400 on the day. But that's okay. So played this trap nice, putting a lot of pressure. Should come down to probably like the 140s for pre-market range at least. This is where your buyer is down here. So they're going to look to buy again down here at the 150s, 160s. And then you do have a buyer here at 180s. This is a 30-minute buyer, 30-second buyer. So they're not going to be as strong as this 172, 160 area. And then if it does come down to 132, this is not a trading recommendation. But if I was a player and I was active, I would love to be a buyer at the between 140 and 129, like in this little zone here. And then on the 5-minute, if it cracks, you got reinforcement here at 120. I might even scoop up some at 120 as the insurance play. Watch it pop back up. That's what I would like to see. So we did it, Samu. Oh, man. So today, if I had to recap and say what happened today was just we're playing a little out of position. I was front running the market a little bit, and I had to pay a tax for front running the market. You know, we were very close. I was in the right positions. Yeah, yeah. For real, clips, snips for sure. So remember, we were in the short up here at 166 with 20. I'm glad that it was working. Something was working. 166, this is where we were short with. But when we popped up here, I was holding too early. If I would have played the back end at the 170, 180 and then played the tap into this. See, remember that this was a sell zone here. All of this was a sell zone here. So I was playing this as a sell zone because I want you to pay attention because watch what's going to happen on the reverse side. This was the sell zone. It was much bigger than this though. It was much bigger than that. Yeah, take care, Samo. Have a good one. Have a nice weekend. So, yeah, no worries, dude. We'll be here. So when we came up, we came up, flashed through, couldn't find new buyers, found the liquidity pool. I was short like down here. That was the problem. I'm holding 20 contracts down here. This was like, if this flushes up and hits this, I'm going to get blown up. So if I would have played a conservative, played the back end of this, then this would have been a lot easier to hold. I could have held for a couple minutes at least, played the back end of this range, covered some here, and then we would have had a nice short here. So I was right there. There was still really good plays. I was just a little out of position. And those, it's just like basketball, sports, anything. You're not going to have days where you're hitting buckets every day. But we played this liquidity pool here. This was the next form of liquidity. We found it. We found it again. We found the trap here, the bull trap here from the price action standpoint. Got that fill. Again, this is an inverse trap here. So this one, depending, could be another trap on the inverse, but there's a 15-minute double traps here. So long story short, this one's going to get tricky. If this traps, this gets tricky. But anyways, so what I'm saying is, for this play here, how we had that red zone here, right? We had this red zone. We broke it, came up, came back down. That's what I'm saying could happen down here at this level. So I would want to be a position holder here. And if it cracks me, then buy a little bit more here and then watch it float up, because this is like the insurance down here, right? So that's, if I was going to play the inverse, that's why I played the inverse, and you have another level at the 275, but there should be buyers too. But if I was going to say it was going to go anywhere and flush down, you're going to catch a bid somewhere around here. Somewhere around here. Not trading recommendation. Please trade at your own risk. None of this is financial advice. None of these trades are recommendations. All right, so that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for coming to the stream. I hope you guys have a good day. Streaming Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 Pacific. And my other channel, I'm going to be linking in the bio here pretty soon. It's not here yet, but my other channel is just called the_cafe_trader. And yeah, we're gonna have some nice recaps here. Gonna be talking, breaking down. Got a good bid here. I'm gonna exit my other Top Step. We're gonna go over just a little recap here because there's a lot of trades that happened today. So let's see, how many trades did we take today? 200 trades. So this technically wasn't 200 trades. This is probably more like 50 trades. And if we were playing the big liquidity, this was more than likely only, this is probably, if I had to guess, this is probably like 6 good ideas, 6 good liquidity trades we tried to trade today. It was just, we set up a lot of shorts, playing the in-between, taking profits. They count all of those as trades. See how we bounced right off this 190 level that I wanted to play? Look at that. That's a 30-point bounce right off that 190 level because of the overlap. See what I'm saying? So 190 lap, look at overlap. Well, this technically is an overlap here, but I have that seller here dredging up, right? So a lot of money to be made on these markets. A lot of money to be made on these markets. So the good thing is we found liquidity, so we're finding it. We're continuing to find it, so this is good. All right, guys. You guys have a good day. Take care. We'll see you next week. Have a good weekend. Peace.